I guess we're starting the music over again. I guess that's what's happening. Alrighty. It's spooky season already, kids. It's been spooky season, and we're celebrating tonight. It's a big show. It's a big show, and I'm not just talking about Thursday night kickoff brought to you by Subway. Tonight, the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens are battling on one of my screens, but the rest of us are going to be battling here tonight. It is a one-night blather bracket to decide the best horror villain of all time. And we have got a lot of folks tuning in already. Jared the Type Pilot, Alan Smithy, Kingsport Cal, Major Problems. We salute you, Mr. McClunky, Crafted Jedi. James Holmes dealing with a power outage in the UK. Could only mean one thing, invasion. Let's bring in producer Steve, because we got some business to get to as the Ravens file out to the field, Steve. I'm not going to let our fun take away the work we have to do, which is I have to log my NFL picks. How are you doing, buddy?
Happy Thursday. How are you, Ken? Thank you as always for having me. Don't let the fun get in the way of the degenerate gambling, folks. We have to understand where our priorities lie. And those priorities lie with a 23-17 start to the season, Ken. You're good at this, dude.
I tell you, I predict with my heart. And sometimes I'm wrong. I predicted Dodgers in 5. My prediction now is Blue Jays in 7. That's my prediction now. I'm going with the heart. I'm going what I feel. Sports is about feeling and great numbers. But yeah, we're not. You're not lingering too long tonight on the silly little sports gambling stuff. Silly Saturday is going to be a lot of fun, too. We have an hour of power coming your way Saturday as well. But let's, before we get to the picks, before we get to the blather bracket, Steve, what are our 5 NFL picks so I can, I just don't want to skip a week. I can't skip a week, Steve.
Yeah, gotta keep consistent. So just really quickly, we already picked the Dolphins plus 7.5. They're playing tonight. They're kicking off right now. That's already in the books. Your next 4 games, here you go, for week 8. Your first one is Denver at Houston. Houston is a 1.5-point favorite at home.
Denver's playing. It's a weird NFL season, man. It's a
Bo
weird
Nix is
NFL
the
season.
darling of the NFL this year.
He is. I got to tell you, though, I don't like the name Bo Nix. If I was creating that on Madden, I'd change it to Nixon. Bo Nixon. I don't like Nix. It feels short. It feels like a clerical error. We're going Texans at home. They're gonna continue their surprising season.
Taking the Bo Nix, better baseball name. I think that'd be a good
great baseball name. That's a good idea. That's a good point.
Yeah. All right. So game number 2. Colts at Steelers. The Steelers are a 3-point underdog at home.
All right, so I want to say this up top. She's married, and I'm not a scoundrel, but I've become obsessed with the Colts' new owner, Carly Irsay for Gordon.
Yeah,
Irsay.
Yep.
Yeah, well, she has a hyphen. I forget. It doesn't matter to me.
Well,
Carly,
right? It's fine. First name basis. I understand.
Steve, you won't understand this. First of all, you're happily married. 2. As I approach 50, there's this weird thing that happens where you look at someone that you're attracted to, man, woman, non-binary, doesn't matter. You look at someone, you're like, oh, they're kind of an attractive older person. Like I could, yeah. And I looked, she's 6 years younger than me. That means I'm 75. I look 75. She's 45 years old, 5 years younger than me. I love what's going on in Indianapolis. I support what she's doing, on the sidelines, wearing the headphones, going, if I'm going to run this thing, I want to learn this thing. I'm not going to get in the way. I want to learn it. Right. Colts are going to surprise the hell out of everyone again. I think they're still viewed as emotional underdogs. They're going into Pittsburgh, and they're winning.
Taking the Colts in Pittsburgh. I like that pick. Yeah, the Irsay family is a big deal in Indianapolis, and people are really liking what she's doing with the team and how involved she is and everything. But hey, she's also a billionaire, Ken. So that takes away, they say like the camera adds a few pounds or whatever. Like being a billionaire takes away a few years of age, I think, just unnaturally.
Well, you know what I was sensing then? Old money. That's what I was sensing.
Hey, old money's money, man. The cash checks, baby. I don't care if it's old or new.
Spends. All right. Third pick.
Next pick is Seattle at Washington. Washington is a 3-point dog at home.
Jaden's back. I got the inside scoop from the Beltway. I'm going Washington. I'm going Washington at home.
Okay, taking
Commanders.
Washington, getting some points at home, taking the Commanders. Yeah, Jaden is supposed to be back. Hopefully he isn't so fragile anymore. And the last pick, since we already picked your Dolphins, this is the game of the weekend. Chiefs at Bills. Bills are a 1.5-point dog at home.
I hate both these teams with a white hot passion. This is what betting will. Now, Bills have been a little up and down. I think they're going to be a little pissed. I hate to do this, but I'm taking Bills.
Taking the Bills, getting some points at home. Yeah, the Chiefs are on a heater. Everyone just is assuming the Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl now. So, that would be. And the Bills have been doing okay against the Chiefs in the regular season, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's the key, right? Regular season.
Yeah.
All right, business out of the way there. Business out of the way. So here's the deal tonight. I'm going to put a bracket. We got our first advocate call. I got a couple advocate calls lined up. Ken Plume's checking in, and we're going to get him up soon. He's in the parking lot of a hospital calling in. True story. He'll explain it if he wants. I'm setting him up for that story if he wants. But we're going to have a first advocate. But here's the deal. You guys, give up a lot of credit to Jared the Tide Pilot, Michael McCarcel, and many, many others in the Blathering Discord, Steve. They helped craft this 32 players field, whatever you want to call it.
The field is set, and yes, big props to everyone who contributed in the Discord. There was a conference call, there were committees, there were debates. If you are part of the Discord, Jared put all of the trailers to all of the movies in there. So if you had some reference, if you hadn't seen anything, it was just so. This is what we love about the Blathering community, Ken. The people, we go over the top to make sure we have fun with our fun. So yeah, I'm excited to hear from our advocates and from anyone else chiming in.
And I'm you hearing the chewing? It's not ASMR chewing. I decided
what you got there?
I'm gonna tell you what I got, Steve. Look at all that candy corn.
Oh, that is a healthy
Look at all that candy corn.
Thing of candy corn.
This was full yesterday afternoon when I got
it. See, my wife rations my candy, Ken. Like there's a big jar of the M&Ms, but she just puts them into a jar that I actually know where it is, like on the counter, and she only fills it up like just a little bit. So then I crush that at 11 o'clock at night. It's empty the next day, and then it's the only thing that's emasculating is when I feel like after a few days, if the jar hasn't been refilled, I have to like go up my K.
Hey, honey.
The M&M jar hasn't really been filled.
Look, but here's the thing: you're not going to die early, and you're not going to die alone. I'm going to die early, and I'm definitely dying alone. All right,
you got Franny in your candy corn.
That's true. I scared her earlier. I yelled because I had a password issue with Amazon Prime, and she ran out of the room. All right, should we do this?
Let's do it.
So,
it's spooky.
What we'll decide. We will put the when we get to the actual voting in chat, we'll just say a 1 for Jason, a 2 for the Beast, and we will let that run out. We'll do it that way. No other scientific methods would improve upon that. But right now in this first round, I want to get to this call quick here, Steve, so I don't want to keep Ken waiting. But everyone can see it. But if you're listening, we got 4 regions: Crystal Lake region, Springwood region, Haddonfield region, Woodsboro region. We have Jason Voorhees, The Beast, Leatherface, Blair Witch, Return of the Living Dead, Samara, Bruce, Chucky, Springwood region, Freddy, Grabber, Hannibal, The Thing, Pinhead, Train to Busan, Dracula, Art the Clown. Haddonfield region, Michael, he's from Halloween, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Jigsaw, Candyman, Annie Wilkes, Jennifer's Body, Wolfman, Kayako, The Grudge. Woodsboro region, Ghostface, Dr. Richard Benjamin Vanicut, Dick Ben Vanicut, as I've been calling him, Pazuzu, Patrick Bateman, Gremlins, Valak, Xenomorph Pearl. You can all yell at me later about how I said them wrong and how I don't watch horror films, but this is a lot of fun. So let's get our first advocate to the show here. That is not the one I wanted to. There we go. The advocate is here. Mr. Plume, are you hearing me loud and clear?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. Now you're in the parking lot of a KFC.
Boy, well now I kind of wish that was the case. I wonder if the KFC will be open in a few hours. Yeah, no, this was important to me to come on and do this.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Seriously, I really do, because you were passionate about one contender that you want to advocate for. Take me through it.
Yes, I'm going to start this off by saying I don't think this is going to go anywhere. I don't think this is going to have legs, but I don't care because I'm coming in to make the case for them. And I'm making the case for Gremlins.
Ooh.
And the reason I'm making the case for Gremlins is because so many other candidates on this are just awful characters, or they have no character whatsoever. They exist merely as a plot device or a killing force. The thing I respect about the Gremlins is that there is a very clear motivation. They're chaos agents more than they're evil, because they're easily avoided if you just follow the rules, or you're not an entitled white guy who decides that everything's a pet and everything can be purchased. So they're easily avoidable. They have a fundamental aspect that I appreciate, which is humor.
Right.
Humor, and they all are individual characters. Even more so when you get to Gremlins 2. And there's even more fun to be had in that.
You're
that aspect, and it's not the humor of Freddy or Chucky, which come from a very toxic, problematic place that I have no interest in spending any time with. And that's the problem with a lot of these characters is we all make decisions about how we want to spend our time and our entertainment. Most of these characters in movies, I have no desire whatsoever to spend any time with. As a form of entertainment.
So, I like this. Steve, thoughts here? You're saying the Gremlins are potentially your pals, and this you admit it's a long shot for the greatest horror villain of all time. You admit the Gremlins are a long shot, but Steve, I think this is some well thought out reasons.
Yeah, I think this is an interesting angle to take on. Usually when people look at greatest horror villain of all time, they're gonna be like, okay, who's like the scariest or has the biggest body count or who's most terrifying. But no, the Gremlins are more like, I like the angle Plume took of like, no, we should demand more from our horror films and our horror villains instead of just scary hack and slash or being vehicles for bad. Gremlins are grounded in some philosophical lessons, I guess.
Mr. McClunky agrees. His good points, Plume. Gizmo is the homie, says Alan Smithy.
I say all that having never seen Gremlins, so I just made all of that up. I hope it made sense.
And it's a holiday movie. It's a Christmas movie. You can watch it. The season's coming up.
It is. This is great. We'll get some folks on here to maybe talk. And by the way, for those watching and listening tonight, this is not a talk against. This isn't a movie fight or a schmodown. Those are all fun things I've done in the past. This is a celebration of all the characters, but I like how Plume approached this, Steve. He stated his case. He stated his reasons why he likes them more than the other characters. This is a well-struck call, and I think Plume, you made some great points. Any final
I'm
big
here to
moments
advocate, not denigrate.
Yeah. Any final big point?
To each their own. Yeah. My final point, I'll leave it at this, is that I think they're fun, enjoyable movies that have the scares and horror elements that you would want from something if you're looking for that aspect of it. But I think it also is, they're just great, fun films, well acted, great casts. It's Amblin at its height, Joe Dante at his best. And the second film, you get a musical number. In the first film, you get a musical number. You get musical numbers in both of them. And great practical effects. So in an age of CG, the practical effects are amazing in both of those films. They are high water marks for their era, and that's my final word on it.
I love it. I'll let you know how the voting goes. I know you have to stroll into something, but I appreciate you advocating for the Gremlins, everybody. Mr. Ken Plume, give him a follow. Subscribe to his YouTube channel if you haven't already for some great long-form interviews. Maybe even you've got one of the archives with a Gremlin. I don't know.
I do. Kirk Thatcher, who played the female Gremlin in Gremlins 2.
There you
go. He was the voice. So, see?
There you go. All right. Thank you, Mr.
Later, guys.
All right. Okay. There we go. Should we, well, how do you feel? How do you feel? Should we start voting?
Yeah, we can get started with the first round. So just to kind of go over again how we're going to do the voting, we're not going to do any polls or anything on YouTube. You guys are just going to type in the chat the number of the seed. So we're going to call out a matchup, 1 versus 8, whatever it is, and you guys just type 1 if you're voting for 1. You type 8 if you're voting for 8. And we're going to be very scientific here. Whatever has more votes will win. Democracy isn't dead, folks.
So we'll get going to Jason and the Beast first, but we're going to get in another advocate call. right here, right now, to help set this up. He is co-host of the podcast and live stream called The Wangers. He is a horror filmmaker himself. He is Cody Hall's best friend in the world. Christian Ruvalcaba here. How are you doing, buddy?
I am doing good. I was muted at first, but now I'm doing. You guys can hear me okay, right?
You sound so
caller.
sexy.
Okay,
so sexy.
good. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm like looking over this list, and I'm like, I've seen every single one of these properties, so I can definitely speak on all of them. But it's hard to dwindle it down because I love so many of these. You got to make me choose just one. I can. Well, there's so many.
We're going to get to the first round, and I'll have you on for the first round here, and stay as long as you need to here. I know you got a dog to feed, a dog that you now like better than Mark Ellis and I.
Yeah, sorry.
It's been documented. But do you have a favorite of this group here, of this group of 32?
The one that stuck out to me, I mean, Freddy was the one. I mean, that whole franchise got me into horror. I love Freddy more than anyone. Jason's got probably the highest body count out of all of these.
Like
I'd have to take a real deep look at all of these, but he's probably got some of the more films in his franchise. But if I'm gonna go with the one, I think the real GOAT, I think it's the alien from The Thing. You're talking about something that can assimilate and replicate human beings, and real only weakness behind it is fire. Okay, it's granted there's only 2 films and a video game, and they've all been set in the snow, so all they got to do is just either burn it or freeze it. But talk about something that's a little bit smarter than just hacking and slashing. Something that's going to kind of try to manipulate situations and hide behind either a dog or a bearded Norwegian man in the Antarctic.
You can throw a Wilfred Brimley at it. Steve, thoughts on The Thing? We'll do the first round here.
No, I like the pick. I told you, Ken, all along, watch out for those 5 seeds. 5 seeds can win the tournament. People always sleep on the 5 seed. They always win that first. There's always something there. But the Thing is in a tough bracket. There's a second round matchup against potentially Freddy. So it's just that's the thing about this bracket. It's tough. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I'm very excited to see how these things shake out. I'm very excited to have Christian here, though. Thanks for being here.
That's the other thing.
I slept with a 5 seed once.
Hey, hold on. There it is. Gotcha. I gotcha.
Thank you.
That's the other thing. Does the Thing aliens? Does it dream? Does it sleep? Could Freddy get in there? Things we gotta think about.
If it's in a battle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I like that. Like that. Okay, let's do this first one because Dolphins got a 3rd and 6. What's the first matchup here, Steve?
Which region you want to go to?
I think we're going to work our way down. Crystal Lake, Springwood.
Okay.
Woodsboro, Haddonfield. All right. Clockwise.
Number 1, our first matchup is the number 1 seed, Jason Voorhees, against the 8 seed in this region, the Beast from Poltergeist. Okay. So in the chat, go ahead and type a 1 if you're voting for Jason. Type an 8 if you're voting for the Beast.
All right. Your thoughts on these two Ruvalcaba as we start tallying?
I'm gonna have to go Jason. No shade against the Beast. Jason's actually faced against not a ghost, but he's faced a psychic and New Yorkers. So
right.
Close. But the Beast, just stay away from mirrors, and you won't peel your face. Right? Or just stay away from the TV. Yeah,
it's looking pretty clean here. Jared,
looking at the chat. Yeah. Looking at the chat with only maybe 50% of pre-Saints reporting, Ken. I think we can call this one for Jason Voorhees. Yeah.
Beer Lover has checked it. I love it. We got some first-time commenters. Jen Miro's here. I'm gonna haunt Jen Miro tomorrow night at a Halloween party. This candy corn is.
You were going to town on that candy corn.
Dude, I haven't had dinner. I'm struggling. I don't have a lot of gold in my coffers right now. I'm going to the Halloween party tomorrow night for free food, but I'm gonna have the candy corn until there. All right. We're calling it. Jason wins.
All right, Jason will advance to the next round. Fantastic. So, we're ready to just move on here with the next matchup. I want to keep it rolling.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, and the next matchup here is the 4-5 in the Crystal Lake region. Leatherface against the millennial favorite Blair Witch. The 4-5. So 4 for Leatherface,
Ooh.
5 for Blair Witch.
I got to tell you, I'm a big fan of the Blair Witch picture. I don't know much about the sequels, but that first one was a phenomenon. I was one of the people who didn't get dizzy, and I also was one of the people that had friends that thought it was a real documentary. So I think that ending, the one dude against the wall, I'm advocating for Blair Witch here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I think Blair Witch Project is the scariest movie of all time. I know people say The Exorcist, but I think that's the one.
Fascinating. What makes it that for you?
I think like I know people don't really like the found footage genre, but that movie came in at a time where it wasn't really popular. It very
like
much
the first.
made it. Yeah, it wasn't the first. I'm gonna be that guy, but it was definitely the one that set the franchise or that style, in motion.
What was the first found footage picture there, dork?
Oh gosh, it's either The Last Broadcast or Cannibal Holocaust or one of that they bring up.
Obviously,
well known.
Yeah, very well known.
Mm-hmm.
But also, yeah, I mean, but Blair Witch too. It's like there's time distortion going on. You're stuck in the woods. There's just something about not seeing anything that makes it a lot scarier. Even though they tried to show stuff in the making of that movie, but they failed miserably. But it worked out in their favor because there's nothing scarier than imagining, what's out there. But I can also see the case for Leatherface as well. It's also another classic. Yeah, he's been through a lot. He's a lot of different incarnations. Yeah, so,
he's been through a lot.
Yeah, so I can definitely see that one. My hottest take with Leatherface is that I prefer the 2003 remake over the original, and that's not I don't think that's like a very common take.
Yeah. Okay.
We need to close voting here soon because it is a very tight race. I don't want to sway anyone either way, but we need to close voting here in the next few seconds because it is super tight. The Blair Witch is just, that was the horror villain of my childhood. Like exactly like Richard was talking about. Like this is pre going online and figuring everything out immediately as you heard something. It was you were talking on the playground or at playing basketball about like, holy crap, did you see that movie about the kids who like died in the woods or something like that? Like it was all that, and you had no idea what was real. Like so, yeah, it was. Oh man, I love what that did to the culture.
It is, and I got to tell you, and I know I've said this before, but I can put it on the permanent record here. The same coworker who I had to tell that Blair Witch was not a real documentary also was convinced that Chris Gaines was a real rock star and Garth Brooks was just paying tribute to him. I'm not lying. I'm 100% not lying. If anyone understands the Chris Gaines reference, a lot of you are young. Steve, do you understand the Chris Gaines reference?
I only partially. I understood it. I get the reference, but I didn't get the nuance because I was counting numbers here, 4s and 5s.
Oh, okay.
Math is hard for me.
All right. That's good. All right, where are we going? The voting is closed on this one.
Leatherface is going to take this one by a hair.
Wow, Leatherface. Jen Miro says, "God, I'm old." Jen, wait until you find yourself attracted to an NFL owner who's 5 years younger than you, Jen. All right.
We can do, Ken, we need to talk about this next week. We're going to do this. We're going to make this happen for you. She's in your league. You can make this happen.
She's a billionaire who's married and owns a football team.
She's married? I thought you said she wasn't married.
She has a hyphen.
Single.
She has a hyphen and a ring.
I said I don't.
Okay,
the hyphens don't mean anything. Okay.
I just respect the power. And Amelia Clark hasn't returned my DMs. All right. All right, Christian, you good for one more round here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Next up here, Steve, we've got continuing here in this round. We're in the Crystal Lake region. Return of the Living Dead, the entire concept. You'll explain that. Or Samara, but not Weaving, as I've kept pointing out, but Samara from The Ring. Take me through this one, Steve.
Yeah, so Return of the Living Dead, again, this came from the committee saying that this was a viable choice for a horror villain. I'm assuming that's just, I think Return of the Living Dead is just representing the zombie delegation, I think, in the competition. So, I'm not exactly sure, but that's my idea.
Is it zombies? Is it just, are we just saying it's zombies?
Is that what Return of the
getting
Living Dead
shade.
is? I think it's zombies.
Jared,
Christian could clarify here.
Oh, yeah.
Jared, put it in the private chat. Jared, the Tide Pilot. Yeah.
I'm very happy that specifically Return of the Living Dead is in here. I'm imagining that if it's just if including all of zombies in general, if you're going to include like the Romero films, because Return of the Living Dead is not a Romero film. However, the zombies specifically in Return of the Living Dead actually ran. And from what I recall, or at least growing up, when I saw this when I was younger, that was the first time that I had seen running zombies, even before 28 Days Later and the Dawn of the Dead remake. And they also talked too, because Return of the Living Dead's kind of a parody a little bit. It's a bit of a comedy. But I also think that's a great choice if we're going specifically those type of zombies.
Yeah.
Because like Samara is great too, but you don't watch the tape. We don't even have VHS anymore,
That's true. Jared the Tide Pilot says they're there because they were the first to say brains. Brains.
There you go.
I love that, actually. Yeah, that's a great. That is a touche, Jared. Good job, sir.
Touche indeed. Touche indeed. All right. So in chat, we already got some votes, but 3 versus 6 is what we're looking for in the chat numbers there. And Will McLean says, for the record, he would vote for Samara Weaving too. So there you go. The Dolphins just goddamn fumbled. The Dolphins just goddamn fumbled. All right. Hi, Franny.
Oh, poor.
God damn it.
All right, you're getting 7.5 points is the good news. All right, so we've got we just had a late vote come in, and this is democracy. We're going to count the votes, but we have our first tie of the evening.
Major problems. He voted overseas. He's in the military. He's close enough. He's firefighter. All right, so it's tied.
We have a tie here for between the 3 and the 6. So I never got this far into how we determine ties. Like I said, this is an unpaid job, so I didn't really do that much research.
I could ship you some of this candy corn. What do we got? What's the number?
We can flip it. But they're both tied at 6. I mean, we just had another 3 come in. I don't know if Brian Tiller has voted already. Let me look up the thing here. And Brian Tiller has not voted yet. So if that is our last count did
898 for him vote? Hold on, did 898? He put in a 6 after you said it.
No, so Brian Tiller didn't break anything. Let's see.
This is how
6 on my hear me out list, Brian. I thought
that's
Brady
Brady.
already. No, then okay, then we're right back to being tied again. So yeah, so then we're right back to 7 and 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is how it goes with the bowling.
All right, so it's 7 to 7. Yeah, this is how presidential elections should be decided. Then this is what we're going to do here. Should we? I think we should. If it's
I
tied,
can flip a coin.
I was going to say, Christian Ruvalcaba, advocate for your choice here of these ones here, and then we'll.
I'll give. You know what? I'll give it up to the girlies. Let's get Samara in there. Let's let her have it.
Okay.
I
kind of like having Christian here as like the arbiter of like being like our JD Vance to just break the tie in the Senate kind of thing. You know what I mean? You're great. You get the beards going on too. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want that comparison.
Hey, how long did you hug Erica Kirk? All right. Okay.
All right. Samara's going to.
Samara's gonna win. Okay. Am I saying that right, or is it Samara?
I think it's Samara.
It's probably Samara.
I say my A's like that. I say A's like A's. All right.
There was 1-7.
The next matchup.
2-7. All right. Work on your eyeliner, Christian, says David McKay. All right. The next big matchup here. We're doing pretty good. The pace is good at this show. Okay. Ooh. All right. I'm waiting for this caller to come in here.
We will announce the matchup as we try to vamp a little bit longer for him. The 2-7 matchup here in the Crystal Lake region. We have the 2 seed. Go ahead. Sorry, please.
No. Keep talking. You do your thing. Do your thing.
Okay, I was trying to buy you some time there. So our 2 seed here is Bruce from Jaws, who I learned just yesterday, or not just yesterday, just last show when we were doing this. I didn't know that was the name of the shark, so that's awesome. When I thought Shark Bruce, I thought the shark from Nemo. Against the 7 seed, the movie that really screwed me up as a child, Chucky. So this is a great matchup at 2-7. Chucky is a 7 seed. I feel like Chucky's a scary 7 seed, no pun intended, because that is I swear to God, that was honest. That's
All
a
right.
he's a strong 7 seed.
Voting is open. We're going to let this go for a bit. Voting is open. I'm
Yep.
trying to see if I can get this advocate in here. Just keep vamping. All right, so Christian, let me hear your thoughts here on
Yeah.
Bruce from Jaws and Chucky. What direction would you go?
I honestly, I'm gonna give it to Chucky. I love me some Brad Dourif. I love little Chucky running around, scaring the crap out of people.
No, you can say shit.
I can say
Work
shit,
fast.
like, scaring the fuck out of people. And did you know the shark in Jaws didn't work? You know that?
Yeah, did you know? Did you know the shark in Jaws climbed out of the water and broke
Yeah.
Viggo Mortensen's toe?
Yeah. But I'll go with that because I've always I think when I was younger I probably found Chucky very scary, but he's hilarious now. And I don't think honestly I'm not going to give it to Jaws just because of Jaws 4: The Revenge. I just can't.
Well, that's a controversial take. To bring in specific movies. I'm sure there's a subpar Chucky film out there, right?
Sure, the third one I would probably say. I like Bride of Chucky. I think Bride of Chucky's kind of fun. I think there's some quirkiness to that.
That's the one where he bumps uglies with Jennifer Tilly's doll.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's pretty wild.
Do we actually see the dolls fornicate?
Yeah. It's been a minute since I've seen it. I don't know how crazy, but yeah, there's thrusts. There's definitely some
Thrusts.
Yeah. It's a wild franchise. To be fair, there's like 7 or 8 Chuckies. There's only 4.
Okay.
Jaws
So
movies, so.
Christian Ruvalcaba has advocated for Chucky against Bruce from Jaws, but here to advocate for Bruce from Jaws is TV's Mark Riley. Mark Riley, how are you? How are you doing, Riley?
Wait, did I just walk into Chucky being picked over the shark from Jaws?
Yeah, dog.
Yeah. What do you
Voting
feel
hasn't
about that?
closed quite yet.
He left. He
He felt so disrespected.
That's a choice.
Hey, just don't go in the water.
Getting
Don't go in the water.
Okay. What without tearing down Chucky, what's the case for Jaws?
Well, I suppose, I mean, you got to get Chucky to the water. So, if Chucky avoids the water, that's a win every time. So I guess, but that being said, we saw what the shark did to Alex Kittner, which is about the same. Chucky's a little bit smaller. So, Chucky going head to head with the shark. Kind of, I mean, we're talking a 20 footer, 25.
Oh, wait, hold on. This isn't a combat. This is their place in film history, Mark. I
thought we were fighting.
Oh no. That's telling us for another podcast that you and I were involved with for years. No.
Then I gotta,
their place in history.
My notes. Yeah.
Your candy corner is making me so hungry.
You're gonna sit there and tell me that Jaws has a better impact on film history than Chucky?
Yeah, I will. I will tell you that right now. Where do I start? Well, Jaws is the first blockbuster. I mean, it's like everybody refers to Jaws when you're comparing any kind of big box office. Some people like Quentin Tarantino call it the perfect movie. Now, yes, the sequels do not live up, and I would argue that some of the sequels in the Chucky franchise are better than the original. They have a like Bride of Chucky, but they're a acquired taste, just like the sequels in Jaws. But if you take Jaws, the original, and take all the Chuckies and put them together, you still can't beat Jaws. Yeah. You still can't beat it. The characters in Jaws will not match up to the character. What can you name me, aside from Jennifer Tilly, a single actor, and aside from the voice of Chucky, can you name me a single actor or actress from that franchise? Off
The
the
little
top
kid,
of your head.
Alex. I don't know his name, but the little
Correct.
kid Alex. Great.
Okay.
Now,
You're making
can you
good points.
name the actors in Jaws? Yes, you can.
Okay.
You don't even have to be quizzed. So I think that
Okay.
Jaws
What about
is
Bob?
a perfect movie. Yeah, what about Bob? Yeah, there's
Mhm.
yeah, Bat Hooper.
Mhm.
Jaws is a perfect movie. That movie shouldn't have worked. Shouldn't have
Go on.
worked. The shark
Catherine Hicks.
broke every time.
So,
Did Chucky break? I don't think so.
so just in terms of, so if I'm hearing right, we got an iconic character, Bruce from Jaws, that set the blockbuster standards. That was kept people out of the water for real. Versus Chucky. Look, I was scared of Chucky as a kid. I didn't know what the hell was going on there. Dolls are scary. Steve, a final word here, and we'll go to the votes while we have these two fine gentlemen on.
Yeah, no, I appreciate both your time. I think Bruce is just such an iconic, like Mark was talking about, how just elevated movies in general, the impact we've seen from the Jaws, like kids do that in the pool before they don't even know what the hell they're doing, right? There isn't that cultural thing on Chucky in the same way. So I'm with you on that. And tallying up the votes, Chucky put up a hell of a fight. It's gonna be really hard not to do puns with these, but yeah, Chucky put up a hell of a fight, but Jaws took the cake there on a pretty healthy margin. But it was looking good for Chucky early. Chucky had a lot of good voting early, but then those mail-in ballots came in, and Jaws pulled away.
There you go,
Jem
Miro. Yeah, Jem Miro saying you can say the phrase "Don't be like the mayor in Jaws," and everyone will know what you're talking about. That's pretty epic. There you go. Again.
100%.
We are talking about the characters, the specific characters, but you kind of have to factor in some of the stuff in the movies there. All right, so Jaws moves on. Ruvalcaba, you good for sticking around for a second? What do you got to do?
Sure. Yeah, I can stick around for.
Mark, you good? I know you got an actual little human that requires your attention. You good for a round here?
I'm okay. Yeah.
People are excited that you've returned to the internet.
All
right, so
I lost sight of the internet. I don't know what it is anymore.
We'll move to the Springwood region. Springfield. But Jason, what is the next matchup? It is Jason versus Leatherface, Samara versus Jaws.
Yeah. So what do you? So in the Crystal Lake region, exactly. The next matchups will be Jason versus Leatherface and Samara versus Bruce from Jaws. Correct.
All right, but next we got the Springwood region, Freddy versus Grabber. What's Grabber from?
Great
Black
question.
Phone.
Yeah.
Black Phone. Okay, got it. Hannibal versus The Thing. You, Ruvalcaba, already said good stuff about The Thing. Pinhead versus Train to Busan, which is a great Disney musical. Dracula and Art the Clown. Let's start with Freddy versus Grabber. Mark Riley, you know who Grabber is. Is there any case for Grabber in this matchup?
No.
He's great in terms of villain, but he's not touching Freddy.
No, you can't touch Freddy with this one. I mean, the sheer volume of sequels with Freddy, kind of outweighs it. But if you look at the supernatural element of it, I have yet to see Black Phone 2. Ruvalcaba, have you seen it yet?
No, I really wanted to, but it gave me Nightmare on Elm Street vibes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of kind of weirdness, but I mean, Black Phone, I don't think is going down in the history of like what are your all-time best horror movies? Nightmare on Elm Street kind of always is mentioned, whether you want it in there or not. Freddy's just evil.
Yeah, Freddy.
Figured out how to cross over, into dreams. That's a very good trick.
Indeed. I wish I could do that. That sounded creepy when I said it like that. 898 Firm says who's Grabber, and that just might be.
Yeah.
That just might be what it is. I'm just seeing ones and ones and ones, and we'll project that vote out there. I don't think you can.
We've enough precincts reporting there. We're not worried about that one. That's like Reagan and Carter. That's a bloodbath.
That's like Reagan. That's like Reagan versus Mondale, right there. Yeah. That's great. All right,
Freddy moves on. Surprise, surprise.
Freddy moves on. That's not a surprise there. That's going to be a tight matchup. Next up, we got Hannibal and The Thing. Christian Ruvalcaba, you already advocated for The Thing. Mark Riley, any thoughts on Hannibal versus The Thing?
I love that. Well, I think The Thing wins every time. I think The Thing is, I mean, you got Hannibal. We're talking Hannibal Lecter, right?
Yeah, I hope
Okay.
so.
No, I mean, the Roman general would be a good one though.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if it was the Roman general. Hannibal, I think Hannibal. While Hannibal is I love Hannibal the movie. I just think it doesn't touch Silence of the Lambs. But The Thing is kind of, it's a remake that just kind of crushed, and it sticks with you again. I think in 1982, it didn't do very well, but then it hung around in the annals of.
I love hanging around the annals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Horror history, and so I think a lot of people look at The Thing as one of the all-time greats, and I agree. It's just so good, scary. Silence of the Lambs isn't scary per se. It's like
it's a thriller.
It's a thriller.
Disturbing. Okay, so where are we at? We're pretty close.
Sure.
Pretty close here. Well, no, I mean, I'm saying 4 is leading here, but so Christian, make a case again for The Thing, or why you think The Thing over Hannibal. Just again, as a character.
Yeah, as a character. I mean, I think like the creature overall is something that, I mean, look, Hannibal's very smart and calculated. He's a serial killer psychologist who ate his victims, and through multiple movies, you see what he's able to do and manipulate people just by talking to them. But I think The Thing as an alien creature doesn't need to do that. It can easily assimilate into a human or a dog or any animal, really, and infiltrate a whole group of people without even, if any of the characters, none of the characters knew that this thing was doing this to everyone, it could have taken them out very easily, or snuck away. But unfortunately, it just didn't. So I'm still gonna have to go with the Thing.
The Thing. It's getting, Steve. It's getting close, but I'm still seeing for Hannibal leading.
It's very close. Hannibal does have a lead though, and it's tightening, but it looks like 4 is going to take it here.
Looks like 4 is going to take it. Hannibal moves on. Yeah. Sorry about that, Christian. I really apologize.
Whatever.
You tried really hard.
I'm with you, Christian, too. That's a bummer.
That's a bummer. All right.
It's a rigged election.
But Hannibal, I guess, is more in the lexicon of horror.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know.
In even film history. So
1, 2, 3.
It won an Academy Award. I mean, what are you going to do?
1, 2.
Yeah, I'm
3,
showing a one vote margin there, Ken.
5. Yeah, it's one vote.
That's what I just came up with.
But here's the thing: we have one vote that says Mr. McClunky says for The Thing. Which vote is that? This is a hanging chat.
Guys, this is like a Scantron back in school. No, this is a Scantron back in school. You had to fill out the little bubble with a pencil. You couldn't use a pen. You couldn't check mark it. You couldn't exit. So you had to put the number of the seed you're voting for in the chat. That's how, because my monkey brain can only scroll and look at things very simply. So I'm just looking for numbers, man. So I'm just counting up numbers.
I'm gonna have a nightmare about Scantrons tonight.
Yeah. All right.
I'm one.
Okay. Yeah. See, he says 5 The Thing. He messed up. He apologizes. I don't know. All right,
so they're asking for a recount. Well, if you guys want to start talking about Pinhead and the Train to Busan, I can start counting votes. Just don't open up the voting yet for 3 to 6. Give my brain 2 seconds to count.
All right. Let's do that so I can get these guys back to their lives here. Pinhead versus Train to Busan. I don't even know what Train to Busan is, Christian.
Oh, Ken, treat yourself. Yeah, you might actually like. It's a beautiful movie. It's a zombie movie from South Korea. And it's another sort of fast zombies situation, all taking place on a train. And it's really like a father-daughter story. Very heartbreaking, very emotional. Yeah, just a really, really great film. I don't know if in the context of like film history, it's also fairly new. I think it came out like 2016 and 17. Compared to Pinhead, Hellraiser themselves, either versions. I think it's gonna go to Pinhead. It'll come for your soul. You know, the little cube. I forget what the cube's called. It's not Pandora's box, is it? I can't remember. Yeah. Who is it? I'm trying to think of the actor. Deep? No, that's a voice actor. Anyways, Pinhead. Go to Pinhead. Who you calling
Something
Pinhead?
Bradley.
D. Bradley Baker.
No.
Is that a voice actor? That's a voice
Doug.
actor.
Doug Bradley. No.
Doug Bradley. Sounds
Is
right.
it Doug Bradley? Doug Bradley.
I think
See
it's Doug
that?
Bradley. Doug Bradley in the old versions, and then I think a few other people. The most recent one was pretty good too. The David Bruckner movie.
They
I'm forgetting
remade
the
it
actor's
right
name.
for Hulu.
Yeah, Jamie Clayton. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they did a great job too. But I think just in general, I think that's a little bit more iconic. He's also been to space. Pinhead's been to space before, so
Most of them.
That's.
have.
I was to say because like Freddy's been to space, right? Jason. No,
Jason.
not Freddy. Jason's been to space.
Yeah.
Jason's
Freddie
been to space.
hasn't
Okay.
yet.
no, not
Okay.
yet.
Freddy hasn't been.
No.
Okay. Yeah. There's
Only
still time.
I think we've only got Leprechaun, Pinhead, and Jason have all been to space. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Did the stream
Okay.
still go on?
Yeah, you're good. We're all.
Okay. Sorry, I lost internet. We're good now. And the
You did
Dolphins
just
lost the
like
phone.
you just disappeared at one point. It was pretty cool.
It did look like I was
Yeah.
raptured. All right, where are we at? Sorry, Pinhead versus Train to Busan. Well, where are we at with Hannibal?
Hannibal won.
Okay.
On a recount, Hannibal did pull through.
Okay. All right. So let's do count the vote here.
I'm counting
Remember-
up for 3 and 6. Looks like 3 is winning here, but we're
3 and 6. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, folks, I'm seeing some people voting by the name. When we're scanning quickly in chat, we can only see the numbers. So make sure we'll give you here about another 30 seconds, which is I goddamn fucking hate these Dolphins. All right.
Sorry, this is inappropriate. That was a dolphin.
Yeah, okay.
That was a dolphin.
God. All right. So we got we're looking at Pithead winning here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pinhead
I
is
think
going to win this one based on my tallies.
Yeah, we're projecting it out there. All right. Finish this region and let these boys go here. Dracula versus Art the Clown. Art the Clown, Mark Riley. Thoughts on Mark the Clown, Art the Clown.
Can I curse on this? The show?
Yeah.
or-
Yeah. Once you get past the first 5 minutes.
Terrifier, that stupid movie.
Oh, whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Dracula wins every time.
It's looking good for Dracula early.
So
That's
Thoughts,
my argument.
thoughts, Christian on the other side.
I'm not that. I mean, they're not my favorite movies.
Mhm.
I appreciate them a lot. I actually appreciate the fandom. I think Art the Clown has like really blown up over the past few years, and I think that's really cool to see. Especially when I did Halloween Horror Nights, just seeing people go crazy for Art the Clown. Like I feel like we don't see that enough anymore for these kind of like iconic slashers anymore, and it's pretty cool to see how quickly that kind of just got out there. Again, not my favorite movies, but I mean in comparison, I think I don't think it's really much of a contest between the two.
Not.
I think Dracula is like it's like the
Dracula.
OG. Yeah, it's Dracula.
Yeah. No, absolutely. All right, so we're projecting Dracula to win here. Dracula.
we don't
moves
have to
on
project anything. Poor Art didn't get a single ballot.
Bart or Art didn't get nothing. There you
I
go.
don't think he did.
That means the Springwood region is done. Next matchups will be Freddy and Hannibal, Pinhead and Dracula. We're approaching 6 o'clock. This needs to start picking up speed. Mark, Christian, thank you so much. I don't want to keep you both any longer. Mark, I was going to ask you if you had anything to promote, but you have wisely decided to live your life not on the internet.
Yeah. What do I? Yeah, I just have a daughter and a novel. Those are the two things that I focus on now.
Love that.
You can check out my novel when I finish it.
Please come on here and talk about it. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Appreciate that. Christian, Wanger's live every Monday night. I'll be back on soon, I hope.
Yes, sir. Live every Monday. I did actually. You know what? I'll plug. I worked on Robert Butler III's short film In the Static, written by Danny Fernandez. I edited that. If you want to go check that out, that's currently on YouTube.
Oh, that's great, dude. Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
Right.
On time.
That is right. All right. 898 for him says, we miss you, Mark. Thank you, boys, for checking in tonight. I appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone.
All right.
Bye, all.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Dolphins are playing really good, Steve. They fumbled, had a false start on 4th and 1, and missed a field goal.
I was going to say, I saw them setting up for a
insane.
field goal, and they still only have 3 points. So, like, what the hell? They missed it wasn't even that far. It didn't even look like it was that far.
They're dominating on total yards. That's the real horror villain right here.
Yeah,
right
I was
now.
like, you were like all stressing out. I would have thought they were losing 21-3 or something already. You're fine. One score game before halftime. You
could feel the energy. You could feel the Ravens getting.
I'm see sports hot take. We don't have to actually talk about this. I think momentum's overrated, but we can talk about that some other time.
Wow. All right, next to the Haddonfield region, let's bring in our buddy who is, one of the reasons this all happened there. Jared, the TIE pilot. Pinhead won, so you at least can rest easy on that.
1 round go, many to go.
14-3 Ravens. All right, Haddonfield region. We got Michael versus Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Jigsaw, Candyman, Annie Wilkes, Jennifer's Body, Wolfman, Kayaka. How am I saying that wrong, Jared?
Kyoko.
That what Kayaka? I don't. Okay, The Grudge.
Yeah.
All right. Let's roll through this here. Put some pressure on the show. Michael, Halloween. We got a 1. We get Killer Clowns from Outer Space 8. Jared, take me through this matchup as people vote.
Well, Michael was one of the original slashers. Him and a couple other films from the 70s kind of take that cake. And Killer Clowns from Outer Space is one of the just ultimate B movies. You have these aliens who are weirdly shaped clowns who turn their victims into giant balls of cotton candy. I mean, I've had so much candy corn right now that Tully Quinn is right. I'm going into a candy sugar crush coma. So how do they turn them? I've never cotton. Okay. Yeah, don't ask logical questions, Ken. I said B movie.
Okay. It's looking pretty good.
We can call
Michael.
this number. Michael is winning. Yeah, if
Michael's winning.
Michael's won this round.
Okay.
We can move on to the 4-5 matchup.
There we go. 4-5 matchup indeed. 898 for him says, "Come on, Ken. Why don't you come on, Brady? I want your Dodgers come on."
Oh,
come on,
sore spot. Ken. Careful.
Yeah,
Careful.
Blue Jays in 7. All right. Next up, Jigsaw. Is that the Jaws fucker or Saw fucker?
Yes, that is. It is from Saw. He doesn't fuck the Saws. He just.
Well, okay. All right.
You killed your Steve, which is hilarious.
I'm just imagining Jigsaw fucking the shark.
Yeah. You know what I mean. You got me.
Oh Lord, what are we gonna do?
You got me, David.
This is
go to bed, David. Go to bed, David. It's late over there in Ireland town. All right. This is
I've been looking forward to.
All right. What have you been looking forward to? Talk me through it here. We've got Jigsaw, part of the hack and slash blood porn that people like, and Candyman. The Candyman can talk about it, Jared.
So Jigsaw, like you just said, it came out, with a bang in that first Saw movie in 2005. And what really helped it stay relevant was every Halloween for the 7 years was a Saw movie. It became part of the marketing. If it's Halloween, it must be Saw. But then you have Candyman, a iconic, just social commentary horror movie. I mean, any good horror movie will have social commentary, but this
and I've seen that one. Yep.
Yeah, no, it's beautifully shot. The sound design, everything about it, Tony Todd gives a very underrated performance in that. But my vote goes to Candyman, even though I love Saw very much. That was one of my favorite of the past 20 years, but you can't get over the importance of Candyman.
I agree that it's pretty close right now. It's pretty close.
We do have someone in the lead. I don't want to sway the voters, but we do have someone has an advantage.
Okay, about
So
another
when we're ready to
minute
close
here. If
voting
you're
here,
watching live, well, you guys are doing great too in the chat, playing along and knowing that it's not a scientific formula right now. This is fun. This is what we want. We'll be doing more of these one night blather bracket things. Maybe not with 32, but but Jared and Michael McCarcel cooked. They cooked in chat, so this is why we're going with this. Yeah.
And
So,
we appreciate it.
and it's a
Number
big
4
topic.
is going to win it. We're calling the race. Number 4 is winning it.
Number 4 projects
Number
to
4.
win. So Jigsaw with the win. That's kind of maybe what you thought, Jared. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not overly surprised, but I do like that Candyman was able to put up a fight. But again, it's Saw's just a millennial relevance, film. That,
Okay.
you know.
I get that. All right, we're moving along here in the Haddonfield region. Annie Wilkes versus Jennifer's Body. I love these being included. I think it's great. I've not seen Jennifer's Body. I was terrified by Annie Wilkes. So yeah, that's a horror film. You don't think of it. I think when a lot of people think horror, they think more of the Michaels, the Dracula's, the zombies. But I think this is a great outside the box pick, Steve. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's a good little just very different. There's totally different flavors here, like what we're looking at. I'm sorry. Whenever we talk about, I started thinking about Megan Fox, and so my brain's just in another.
All right, it's
dimension,
good to know.
so.
You thirst could fuel some of the voting as well, and that's fair. 3 versus 6. 3 versus 6. I'm seeing it pretty even. 1, 3. It's even. Like it's dead even. Dead even. 2 more minutes on the polls here. So if you're checking in, please,
So,
please
basic,
get in there.
yeah. So basic thing for the both of them. Annie Wilkes, just that terrifying, normal person who just takes it too far. That's the most scary part of her. She's not supernatural, not this hulking beast of a person. Nope, just this very sweet old lady who just wants the book.
Wants the book.
And to Jennifer's Body's point, well, yes,
Yeah.
the thirst is real. We all love our Megan Fox back in the day. This movie was actually the big.
And now, okay.
I haven't seen her in a while personally, so I guess I just don't keep up on my celebs. But
That's fine.
that movie was terribly marketed wrong. It was marketed to high school boys instead of its actual market of high school girls, because it is very much a feminist and power horror movie and the way it takes over. So the character of Jennifer is gets possessed by a demon through a rock band that's trying to get famous and takes advantage of her, and then she turns it around and slaughters all the gentlemen.
Slaughters all the gentlemen. I'm watching also the NFL rig the game against the Dolphins. It's been fun to watch this live.
You just got a big catch right there. That's a huge.
No, they called it because Ollie Gordon slipped, and they said he tried to trip this guy. The NFL is rigged. It's rigged.
Trust the left-handed quarterback.
That's true.
No,
all right, so
gonna,
six is in the lead
Six has got
slightly.
this.
Six has got it. We're going Jennifer's Body.
We're going Jennifer's Body here.
Look at that. Nice.
Long live Megan Fox.
All right, so that means Jennifer's Body there. Next up, we got Wolfmen versus Kyoko from The Grudge, Jared.
Yep. So again, you've got a classic Wolfman, and same idea that from where we picked Dracula. It's kind of like a, Dracula represents vampires as a whole. Wolfman going with the werewolves as mostly a whole, but it's just you can't deny also overseas Japanese horror. That is just its own nuts of it. I mean, and The Grudge is one of those, I think, perfect haunted house style movies with just a ghost that really knows how to scare the ever-loving shit out of you. But again, it's Wolfman. It's a classic. It's a universal horror monster. So it's got prestige behind it.
Okay, it's looking like 2, but we got some. You included got some passion behind number 7. I like that.
Yeah, Kyoko's not quite Mondale, so at least she's got some love. So,
but we are calling it for Wolfman here.
We're calling it for Wolfman. Yeah, it's just too much, too overwhelming for the Wolfman.
Okay, sets up Michael Jigsaw, Jennifer's Body, Wolfgang there as the Dolphins punt. All right, final first round here. Woodsboro region. Woodsboro region. We got Ghostface versus Dr. Dick Ben Vannicut. What is Dr. Dick Ben from?
So
What does he do? What is
So-
he a doctor of?
there was a remake of an old movie from the early 2000s called The House on Haunted Hill.
All right.
And Dr.
Which is not a Taylor Swift song I learned the other day. Sorry, Jared.
No.
Go ahead.
It's a house. It's a
Dr.
house on Haunted Hill.
Love it. But yeah, Dick Benji over here. He is he was the head doctor of a psych hospital that
Okay.
did bad
Right.
things to patients, got burnt down. So he's the main ghost that haunts it. And,
Okay.
does
Okay. So he's a
awful-
ghost. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He's a ghost. He's a ghost. All right. So 1 and 8 in chat, as Tully says, number 1, because no, Dr. Dick.
I mean, you can't,
I mean, yeah.
it's Ghostface. The cultural
Yeah.
relevance.
Well,
will
let's
never
play.
go
Let's
away.
let's have the votes play out here. Beer lover
Yeah.
checking in with 1. Michael Burkert checking in with 1. So it's looking pretty clean for 1 here, Steve. But
hey, listen, we're all about real democracy around here, Ken. And we don't need to be swaying the audience with our reporting of votes and everything. My conservative father used to tell me all the time, those damn, MSNBC tells everyone to go vote at the end of the day, and then everyone's sitting there in line, and they wonder how all those votes get counted in late. Blah 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 blah. And
Right.
us telling people how to vote. So we got
all
But
right. Well,
with
look,
that being said, Ghostface cleared this one by a mile.
Ghostface wins, though. I will say 8984M did stand for Dr. Dick Ben Vannicut. So we have at least 1 person for Dr. Dick there. That's good there.
It's
All
a
right.
fun movie. It really is. Jeffrey Rush does the main role of the live guy.
Love it.
He is just chewing up that scenery.
Love it. All right, the next round we got 4th seed versus 5th seed, so 4 and 5 in the chat. We got Ronald Reagan, who ruined everything in the 80s with his trickle-down economics, ignoring the AIDS crisis to the point of exacerbating the tragedy at a rapid pace, and also destroying unions, versus Patrick Bateman, who was a fan of business cards. Steve, am I getting this right?
It sounds good to me.
Oh, I read it wrong. Jared, I read it wrong. It's Pazuzu, the demon from Exorcist, who inhabited the young girl, also known as Reagan. Is that more accurate?
Yeah, I think we'll go with option B there.
It's
I don't know
already
though. Reagan, like Ronald, might make it pretty far in the tournament though. Just saying,
might.
he would have
He
some
might.
juice. He's at least an Elite 8 kind of
Yeah.
talent.
He is an Elite 8, so we do have 1 for 5. Kingsport Cal. I'm not surprised Kingsport Cal's voting for the weird white dudes with the affinity for Phil Collins music.
Yeah,
I'm
the
actually
voting's
really surprised
surprising.
that this is as
Yeah.
much of a landslide as it is.
Or
Yeah,
Huey.
really
I said
good.
Phil Collins. I meant Huey Lewis in the news. Apologize. I've had so much candy corn. So much candy corn.
So funny.
All right. Lamar Jackson. Here. I'll do a live. Oh, he just got sacked. Here's a live feed from the New York office. Hey, this is Roger Goodell. What the hell are you doing letting the Dolphins sack Lamar Jackson? We need him healthy.
He
Call
just
the
got
Dolphins.
back.
Call the Dolphins for a hold. I don't care. Make it up. You find me a hold. All right. It's
Roughing the
gonna be. It's gonna be Pazuzu. Now, we'll talk more about it when we get to the second round there, Pazuzu. But that's pretty timeless. David Mackay's right. David Mackay is right about once out of every 6 posts, and he's right about this one. Exorcist is iconic. Okay. Now, Rich T brings up, he says, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but I watched The Exorcist the first time 2 years ago, and it's not scary to me at all. And I've said this before. My former girlfriend showed it to her 8-year-old brother, and he laughed hysterically. He thought it was funny the entire time. Maybe generational, maybe if it's time. But I don't know. All right, next up, we have Gremlins. Earlier in the show, you might have missed it, but Ken Plume of Force 5 and Bit of a Chat called in to advocate for Gremlins, calling them great characters, almost like your buddy if you treat them right, versus Valak. But Jared the Tide Pilot, I do not know what the fuck Valak is.
What is a
Valak.
Valak?
Valak?
Yep, it's the main demon from The Conjuring.
What's with you people and demons?
They make good villains, bro.
Your parents were right all along, Ken.
They were right all along. The only demon right now is Roger Goodell. Okay. The demon nun from The Conjuring. Oh, that is pretty scary shit. Okay. I saw a little bit of that. Grace was obsessed with the what's the couple behind The Conjuring stuff?
Oh,
They're-
shit.
Ed and Lorraine.
The Warrens.
Warrens.
You know,
Yeah.
the-
Okay.
The biggest frauds in the paranormal.
Okay.
business.
You be careful now. Okay, because they might come for you. You might come for you next. All right. So we got 3-6 in the chat.
Plum is
6-7.
gonna be happy.
6-7.
Oh, don't start.
Three is running away with this one, so it looks like the Gremlins will be moving on.
Wow. Plum's
That-
going to be
this-
very happy.
I was surprised again with another runaway. I figured this one
Yeah.
would be a bit of a closer pick, but
Same.
that's
Mhm.
okay. As we get later, they're going to get harder.
All
We
right.
sure are.
Final one here. And we're good on time, but I want to get through some of this. All right. Xenomorph versus Pearl, which is Mia Goth. So, right. She is Pearl.
Yep, from the X trilogy.
Okay. All right. Xenomorph is the alien or an alien. How are we classifying this? What are we doing here?
It's the aliens themselves, you know, the species as a whole kind of thing. So
Okay.
again, you know, depending on which, because each movie kind of has its main alien. With the first one, there's only one. You had the Big Queen in 2,
Okay.
back to only 1 and 3, so on and so forth. But Pearl
Did you
is
have big
a
pick, big
modern.
pick dolphins. What was that?
Oh,
was that
oh,
big
punt
pick-
return.
Punt return.
Punt-
Punt return.
Punt return.
Oh, okay,
Punt return.
So
There's a flag
lots of
down on the play.
celebration.
There's a flag
Oh,
down on the
God
play.
damn
Hey, this is Roger Goodell. I need you to get the Dolphins. Need you to get the Dolphins on a yeah. Oh, might have gone against the Ravens. He went against the Ravens.
I'll hold on the kicking team. All right, sorry, Jared.
I said the Dolphins. God
No,
damn it.
You're good.
All right.
We need those, but Pearl's a modern day.
Okay.
scream
Look,
queen.
I think it's
But it
going to be a
looks like-
clean sweep for Xenomorph. Though 898 for him did take time to be thirsty over Mia Goth. That's good.
Attaboy.
I mean, as he
all right.
should.
Okay. So
with that, I'm going to send you, Ken. I just put it in Discord, but I will have the updated next round graphic for you here. In just a
all
moment.
right, I'm seeing it right there. That is
Xenomorph 1, right? Yep. Okay. Excellent.
waiting for your DM
I'm
to come across.
I'm just downloading the image
Waiting
here
for
as
your.
we're chatting.
God damn it, Steve! Slide into my DMs, buddy. Okay, slide into my DMs.
Story of my life, Ken. Story. If I had $1 for every time I had.
Hey, you know,
that
it'd be a
on
good
this.
idea if the Dolphins had a big punt return and Tua threw it into his offensive lineman's ass. All right, on the next play. All right, I'm waiting there. right,
Making sure this is the right thing I'm doing. That looks right.
Jared, how's this going for you right now? You put a lot of thought and energy into this, and this has been a lot of fun. But I want to make sure you're happy.
Oh yeah, no, this was great. Horror is something I'm very passionate about. Same thing with Detective McCarcel. He was a great help in making this, and everybody else who put their fun picks in at the beginning. But this is always great. Vote Pinhead for all your suffering, as I've been trying to campaign. But
Pinhead. All right, we are unveiling here. If anyone, by the way, as always, anyone else wants to call in, I'll take additional advocates. I'm just going to try to keep the show moving, though. So if you call in, expect to be part of that momentum, which Steve doesn't believe exists in sports.
Overrated.
But overrated.
Overrated.
Crystal Lake region, Springwood region, Haddonfield region, Woodsboro region. This is where it starts getting really tough here. So,
Yep.
You can be a YouTube channel member or a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/Napzok. Gets you into the show here. Right now, let's do this. Flipping over my page. Jason versus Leatherface. This is a 1 versus 4 vote. And this is now 2 classics, Jared.
it is no this one's a tough one. I'm personally going to advocate for Leatherface here. That franchise has been a lot of fun. It takes a lot of fun chances. And as Rubicaba said earlier, that 2003 remake is just very, very nice. But it's Jason. He's that mask is iconic. You can put that
Right.
mask anywhere and people are going to know it. And, he's got 12 films to his name. So a lot going on there.
Lot going
Amanda,
on
you can't
indeed.
type a 6 in there. You're breaking my brain. What are we doing? 1s and 4s, folks. 1s and 4s.
Well, Mandalorian Jedi. She was still voting for 6. She was watching on delay.
She's like, "Fuck you guys." No, I'm just
Watching on
kidding.
delay.
I know, we love you.
Dolphins with
okay. 14-6. Ken, you're fine. It's 14-6 with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. You're fine. You're okay.
You haven't been a Dolphin fan for 30 years.
I know.
Where you
Well,
look at it
you're right.
and you go,
You're right. That's right. That's true.
The league's against us. All right.
No, but he's a Reds fan, kind of bad enough.
David McKay put a 9. You know, this is what David does.
didn't
You take away his country's potatoes and he
Fucking
starts
David.
throwing things at you.
No, he's just mad because I called Hannibal a Roman general earlier, which is wrong. He was from Carthage, right? I had that wrong. My history is bad.
That's
anyway.
true. Oh, David is right.
Sorry.
There. All right,
Everyone agreed with me, though. So
all right.
one is taking this. Jason's pulled away.
Jason's taking it. Jason moves along. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Not a surprise necessarily, but Leatherface didn't have as many.
Yeah, no,
Didn't have as many. Okay.
his modern day Netflix one was kind of trash. So
All right. Next up here in the Crystal Lake region. Oh, Mandalorian shut. I said, sorry, assholes. 1. I added the asshole. All right. If you're just joining us, this is Blathering Live. We're into the second round of our Blather of the Night here, our one-night Blather bracket. We got added to the stage now is one and only Detective McCarcel, who helped put together this list. Detective, how you doing here as we go to Samara versus Bruce from Jaws? How you doing?
Sorry, I forgot to mute the actual stream.
It's all right. I hear you loud and clear, buddy.
Sound
how you
fantastic.
feeling? You sound great.
Oh man, I'm certainly not feeling great. So hey, at least I sound good.
Yeah, you watching the Dolphin game too? No? Oh, okay. Thank you, Brian Tiller, with a very generous super chat. He just said fun. That's all I need. Fun. Appreciate it. All right, Michael, what do you think right now of this matchup? His votes are already coming in here. It is a 2 versus 6. Excuse me. Samara versus Bruce from Jaws.
Sorry, almost forgot to vote. Yeah, it's a fun matchup. We were talking about it when we were making the whole thing. We talked about it a week or so ago when we were talking about the matchups, how we with some intention made some weird ones and knew it would kind of continue out. And this is definitely one of the weirdest.
Right. What makes it weird in your mind?
We have a shark versus a ghost girl.
I mean, that's why we do this game. That's why we play here.
It's pretty
Hell yeah.
straightforward.
That's why we play here. It's looking pretty tight, though. I'll tell you what. It is looking pretty close here, right? I'm seeing one in the advantage, but I'm seeing some votes coming in to get it close.
It's close. It's close. It's not tied, but it's close. We have a close race here, so we'll give it a few more.
What is it with Brady and being thirsty for some of these characters?
Brady's on a heater the last week. I think it must be like midterms or something, because Brady has just like the last week he's just been heated in chat. I love it.
Spicy.
Well,
Brady.
I'll tell you what, because Brady is really stressed out about this World Series. He's really stressed out about
That's
this
fair.
World Series.
That's fair.
I think you just
That's
need
fair.
to bring him to the strip club, man. I don't know what else to do about
No,
Brady.
you know what? No, we're not going to go to. We won't go full nude here, Brady. We'll go to Jumbo's Clown Room. Okay? Is Jumbo still open? Can someone get up on that and let me know if Jumbo's Clown Room is still open?
I'm not putting that in my search history.
Yeah, no.
It's not. It's a bar. It's a bar with goth girls dancing. Like, what's wrong with you, sickos?
Okay. But hey, I've never heard of that in my life. So
Because you don't. I'll tell you why. And I tell you why. And I hope Tully Quinn takes notes here. It's because you don't live on the goddamn best coast of all the West Coast in Los Angeles.
It
all right?
appears to be. It appears to be open. Ken.
It
I
does?
hope. Oh, yeah. I'm just making sure I didn't have my top screen on the stream there.
I
Yeah,
live
it is.
an hour
It's
away
still,
from New Orleans. There are goth girls. Admittedly, I've
Goth
got
girls.
my goth girl, so I don't care anymore.
Yeah, okay. Okay, but you got to care for me. All right, let's close the voting here. 6 versus 2. Samara, not Weaving, versus Bruce from Jaws. Where are we going, Steve? It's looking still pretty close here.
it's looking pretty close. I think on my initial review, I think we're gonna give this one to Jaws at the 2 seed. Looks like the 2 seed has an advantage. I'm gonna do an extra count here as we start to look at the next matchup.
Okay, you're going to do an extra count, but my gal Jen Muro is saying, don't worry, the ladies are still dancing. Bullet Hole Wednesday remains. Jen, saddle up the friends. We're going. I haven't been to Jumbo's in about 10 years. All right.
Jen's
All right,
the
Bruce
real
took
one.
it. We can confirm Bruce took it.
Bruce took it. Jason versus Jaws will be that next matchup in the Crystal Lake region. Jaws, a classic character, if you can call a shark a character. Next up, Springwood region, we got Freddy versus Hannibal. This is the scary dude that likes to eat brains, but it's Freddy who terrified me as a kid because I grew up 7 houses away from Elm Street. Steve, what do you think about this matchup?
I love this matchup, actually. This is one of the ones that, looking at the original bracket, I was kind of pumped for, figuring if Hannibal could get through that first round. Freddy is probably the villain of all villains that scared the shit out of me as a kid, just because even my dad was like, "Hey, this is a scary movie. This scared the shit out of me when it came out," and I was like, "Oh wow, so that must mean it's really scary." And of course that's what he would show me, like when I was like at home. It's like if I was homesick, my dad would make me like watch like a horror movie just to like, I don't know, it was his form
to
of
feel better,
being a pain in the ass. Yeah. Anyway, so Freddy just scared. It's also, if you're afraid of the dark, if you're afraid of like being alone and going to sleep kind of thing, Freddy just like that's terrifying. And Hannibal's like an old guy who eats people. So,
if you live in L.A. and Hollywood, those guys that run studios. Okay,
hey,
it's looking closer than I think. Michael Burkett. Michael, I want to make sure I'm saying your last name. I want to say Burkett, like the old New York, San Francisco Giants pitcher, but it's not. We got Kyle voting in a 1 there. Thanks for that vote. Young John Lennon, Mandalorian Jedi 1. David Mackay. Still salty about my potato remarks, says 4. Tully and Roger say 1. Brian Tiller, this doesn't count as a vote, but it's a good statement. We all sleep. Enough said. Said. But Tiller did vote 1 as well. Where are we going with this, Steve, as voting comes to a close here? All precincts reporting in.
The precincts are reporting, and Freddie is taking this one with high confidence.
All right.
Freddie moves on to the next round.
Next up, Pinhead, which we don't have a number for Pinhead.
I know. I make a mistake. What Pinhead was the 3 seed. Pinhead was the 3
seed. So 3 versus 2 in the chat. Pinhead versus a classic Dracula. Pinhead versus Dracula. Michael McCarso, what do you think here? This upstart Pinhead versus Dracula.
I got to go with the classic on this one. I just do. I'm sorry, Jared. I'm sorry.
Later.
Well,
Look,
why? Why do you take Dracula over Pinhead?
It's mostly the iconography. Everything we know about vampires is because of Bram Stoker's Dracula. And don't get me wrong, there have been a lot of bad Dracula movies, but the good ones are so good.
Would you say the best one is Dracula Dead and Loving It?
Wow,
no?
That's a core memory.
Wasn't expecting that one. I wasn't expecting that to be a pull for you.
Okay. I know pop culture, baby. All right. It is looking good for one of the characters, but Jared, make your case for Pinhead here. You love Pinhead.
I do. Hellraiser's my favorite movie, my favorite franchise. He's just go Steve, fly. But it's just it's tough to put in words, but it's everything about him. It's the look, it's the soft talk. It's just the slow, deliberate. He doesn't need to be funny or to run after you. It's just, and also, you called him. You know, he didn't come to you. You opened up the box. So you know, you done screwed yourself on that one.
All right, where are we looking?
Also, others. It's not like
he's
the only one.
No, the Cenobites are great overall. He just is the lead hell priest.
All right, I'm looking. I think we're starting to call it here. Tim Russert, the ghost of Tim Russert, rest in peace, Timmy, is saying we might have a winner. But any final thoughts here, Steve, before we call it?
I think this is just another one of those cases where you're going up against a juggernaut. I'm sorry, Jared. Pinhead, to me, I think Pinhead might be like the creepiest villain on this bracket. I know that was the VHS box cover that I like sprinted past in Blockbuster whenever I was like saw it. If I was, as a kid, I wanted to get away from it as quickly as I could. I definitely looked at the back of it a few times out of curiosity and was like, nope. And then went to the N64 games. But I think this is just, you ran into a juggernaut. Dracula's just, that's like vanilla ice cream, plain potato chips. Like, it's just, he's a staple.
No, Tully Quinn says it. Tully Quinn says that the psychosexual horror needs representation, which I think is a Talking Heads song. Jared, you were saying?
I'd rather lose to Dracula than, some of the others. If I would have lost to Art the Clown, I would have been very upset.
It's a great point.
Good point indeed. No, you got it. It's a good showing for Pinhead.
Yeah,
good showing for Pinhead. All right, Freddy versus Hannibal decided. Freddy moves on. Pinhead versus Dracula. Dracula moves on. Let's get to the Woodsboro region. Ghostface versus the ghost of Ronald Reagan. Gremlins versus Xenomorph, which is This is an outside the box competition here. All right, that's the last time I'll do the Reagan joke. Pazuzu from Exorcist, Ghostface 1, Pazuzu 4, 1 and 4 in the chat. But Michael McCarcel, what do you think here about this classic matchup? New school versus old school.
It's hardly new school. That movie's 30 years old almost.
Don't you say it. It's brand new. Nev Campbell is a rising star, man. Party 5 is catapulting her.
Hey, look, Nev Campbell is always
going
hot. Don't get me wrong.
Days Confused, right?
But
By the way, I love because I stepped on Michael. He said Nev Campbell was hot. There is something. Tully Quinn is onto something where he talks about sexual horror. There's a lot of thirst tonight. I think horror is causing the endorphins to rush and the dopamines to hit. I think we got a lot of horny little cheeky bastards in chat tonight and on the show, and I love it. All right, I love it.
Are you just figuring this out, Ken?
I don't watch a lot
know
of
your community
horror.
better.
I don't watch a lot of
Maybe you
horror. I go to Jumbo's Clown Room. All right. I'm looking at it. We got 4, 4, 1, 4, 1, 1, 1, 4, 4,
God, no,
1, 4, 4, 1, 4.
I'm trying to count, damn it.
Niner, A7.
Jared, your thoughts on Ghostface versus The Exorcist?
I mean, Ghostface reinvigorated horror in the 90s, but The Exorcist, man, it's such a classic. I mean, you go to that house in DC, there is a permanent plaque dedicated to what that did for that town and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, DC did need something to put it on the map, huh?
Yeah, I mean, there's a house that they're demolishing. But...
yeah. There's a house currently under renovation there, and nothing else really happened there. But yes, no, I agree that there are.
Looking at the
they got
here.
C-section Saturdays at Jumbo. Steve, when you get to town, we got some places to hit, man. Jeepers.
Oh
Jeepers.
my gosh. Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, looking at the results here, it looks like our first 1 seed is going down. Ken,
Wow.
Ghostface is losing to The Exorcist. The
Wow.
little girl demon is the classic. My favorite movie on this whole poll or on this bracket
Is Exorcist.
going
Exorcist,
to
really?
Exorcist. Yep.
Even over
Exorcist
Pee-wee's
moves
Big
on.
Adventure. Got it. Okay. Ghostface out. Look at that. The new stuff, Jared, done. The new stuff, Michael, out of here. Get that new kid shit out of here.
If it was going to happen, this was definitely the 1 seed that I expected to go first.
That
Even
makes
though
sense.
I vote Ghostface. And admittedly, I think Reagan and Pazuzu being put so low on the list was a fault of the seeding. I think we kind of got caught up and just kind of
but it built
than expected.
It built some tension there. Next up, Gremlins versus Xenomorph. Ken Plum's going to be happy. Gremlins moving this far. I think a lot of people didn't predict that. But we got a classic kind of comedy horror. I know the first one's not as comical as the second one. Versus Xenomorph, which terrified me as a kid. I did not see those movies because the trailers absolutely caused me to piss my pants. 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2. That's right. I'm going to confuse Steve. Voting's now open here in chat for Gremlins versus Xenomorph. Michael McCarcel, what do you think about Gremlins getting this far so far?
It's not super surprising. It didn't have the toughest matchup before. I'm actually very torn on this one because it's
Why are
either
you torn?
what do you have the most fun with, or what do you think is the best? Because I
Okay.
think it's two different. Because the Gremlins movies are certainly more entertaining to watch than the majority of the Alien movies, but the Xenomorph design itself is
Right.
one of those that you truly nightmare fuel for many. I've got a couple friends who are big horror nerds who still just fully get the heebie-jeebies from the Xenomorph, and that's
Love
the
it.
point. It's supposed to make you wildly uncomfortable.
Love it. Mr. McClunky says this is hard, which is like me watching a Coltscape. Jared, what do you think about this here, Gremlins versus Xenomorph?
Well, I initially would have gone into this going with the classic Xenomorph. I mean, again, everything
Okay.
that the detective just said, but Plume coming in with that argument, helping push me to the Gremlin side. He made some great points for our boy the Gremlins, and you know what? They deserve their day in the sun, and I'm going to give it to them today.
Okay, this is as close as
inversely.
me. This is as close as me getting canceled for my Colts jokes. What do you think, Steve? Where are we going with this one? Polls are still open.
Polls are still open. It's going to be close. I think this is this is an interesting matchup. This is just because it's so different. These guys are so like polar opposites of each other, right? Like you guys have talked about with Gremlins. To me, the Xenomorph was the, like, as far as aliens go, even though it's kind of like, because it is alien, but it's, to me, scariest alien in the book is the Xenomorph. That's, I'll take the Xenomorph over the Predator. But against the Gremlins, again, looking at the voting, Ken, it looks like the
It's close.
Xenomorph is probably going to take this one.
Right.
Ironically,
Yep.
Plume pushed me off of the Gremlins because the way he was describing it is a good point. They are kind of just friendly until they're not.
Right.
They seem less villainous through
Yep.
Plume's lens. So he kind of, whether he meant to or not, he
I
put
don't
me
know. Stripe
further
was
into the Xenomorph.
Stripe was
Well-
a little shit before the water.
He
Well,
was,
that's true.
but was he Xenomorph bad?
I was not allowed to see the movie because of Jesus. Steve, we're calling it Xenomorph. Xenomorph goes on,
The Xenomorph is moving on.
which is great because Brian Tiller said Gremlins are going to the finals. Take that bet. That's not bet with Brian Tiller. All right, this West Woodsboro round region is set for the next round. Pazuzu versus Xenomorph. Game over, man. Game over, says Roger. I get that reference. Haydenfeld. All right, rolling through this one relatively quickly here. Michael for Halloween versus Jigsaw. 1 versus 4 in chat. 1 versus 4 in chat. Michael, these are some classics. A new classic versus the old classic. And do not give me the age on Jigsaw. I don't care if he's collecting his Social Security already.
Jigsaw is admittedly from the 21st century, so.
Michael, Halloween, hard to beat that, Jared, yeah?
I mean, it is, but I'm still going for myself because, like I said, the Jigsaw and Saw franchise, when it came out, it just grabbed me right away, and I have yet to miss a midnight showing of any of those movies.
Okay.
And I actually have a horror hot take. I find Michael Myers and Halloween boring.
Wow.
Really?
Steve, hot
Fascinating.
take there. Is that a hot take? A hot take alert?
I think that's a great hot take. I love that, especially because it's such a, like, I love when people have hot takes about the classics. I'm here for it. I'm not usually a hater, but for this, I'm here for it.
Maybe that's next year's Halloween contest there. But I think we're going to call it. Will McLean says Saw is 21 years old, so Leo DiCaprio still likes the movies. We are calling this one for Michael. Michael, in kind of a clean sweep. Tully represented Jigsaw there, which does make me respect Tully and whatever happens in his house there. All right.
Damn it, Ollie Gordon's hurt now too.
Oh, there goes my fantasy team.
And it's
Everyone's hurt. Okay. Next up, Jennifer's Body, you thirsty little devils, and Wolfman. 6 versus 2 in chat. 6 versus 2 in chat. Voting
wolf
is
or the
opening.
fox?
Michael McCarcel, you went 2 with Wolfman. Why?
I've just got a soft spot for werewolves. One of the roles I played the longest at my old haunted house job was a werewolf role. I did that one for 2 straight seasons, and it was such an intense spot that I actually got paid more because of it. Certain spots were both injury prone and danger prone, and that was one of them. And I actually have permanent scarring on my hips from the part of the costume that I had to wear because I was chained to a tree. And had to-
Wow. Okay.
And I had to lash out at people.
Oh,
And they-
you're a
we
very
used a,
kinky girl. All right. Okay. Scar.
We used an old weightlifting belt.
Hip scars.
That you could put a chain through to do like weighted pull-ups.
Sure.
We
Okay.
used that. It was great. It was crazy.
I'm concerned about your health now. We're looking. It's Steve, pretty close here. 2 versus 6, pretty close. I'm starting to see a winner emerge.
I am as well. We can give it a few more seconds here, but
Voting
yes,
is
there
open.
is-
2 or 6 in the chat. 2 for Wolfman, 6 for Jennifer's Body. Jen Miro says I got to go with my body at my age. Indeed, terrifying. That's not true, Jen. I saw you dance
yeah.
at Jumbo's on Monday. Let's. Jen's gonna slap me tomorrow night at the Halloween party.
You're gonna
She's
earn
gonna
it too.
slap me.
Earn it.
Jen Miro's gonna be upset at me at the Halloween party tomorrow for 2 reasons. 1, I'm not wearing a costume. 2,
What?
I told the world that she's a dancer at Jumbo's Clown Room.
Why aren't you wearing a costume? All right, we'll talk
I
about that
don't
later.
do costumes. I don't
Just
do
throw an easy
I
thing.
don't-
Okay, well,
don't
I have a
have
solution
any-
for you. I have an answer for you for this later. We'll talk about this afterwards.
You know what?
Wrap
You know
it
what?
up in tinfoil and go with leftovers.
Here's the costume I'll have. Hi, this is Roger Goodell of the NFL Commissioner's Office. Could you make sure the Dolphins lose?
It's not.
need
It's
the
still a
Dolphins to
one-score
lose.
game.
Okay, it is. All right, where we at?
All right.
Where we at? 2 versus 6. 2 versus 6.
2 versus 6. Voting is closed, and Ken and Red-Blooded America. Thirst has won. Jennifer's body moves on.
Whoa! That's our first big upset. That is our big upset. Jennifer's body. Wow, that's a big one there. Am I wrong, Jared, to be that surprised?
I mean, a little bit, yeah. I voted for Jennifer's Body too because I just, again, it's one of those needs to stay in the sun. I think it needs to be exposed to more people because it's such a great movie with a fun little empowering message to it. And just,
I agree.
You know, Megan Fox, bro. I'll throw in for the thirst. I mean, come on.
I had
It's
a Super
okay.
Fox poster in my freshman dorm room.
To be
Look it up.
thirsty is to
Megan
be
Super
natural.
Fox, you guys know what
You
it is.
just
Yeah. Very
You just
nicely.
can't. You just
Very
can't let the thirst drive all your decisions. Okay. Yeah. Thirsty is natural. We got to celebrate natural thirst, not unnatural thirst. Okay, everybody. I am the Emperor
That's a good way to
Palpatine
put
of thirst control. All right. We
Put that
are.
on a business card.
Steve is working on the next. You don't even have to work on the next graphic.
I've got it.
Steve.
I've got it. It's done.
Okay.
I'm downloading it right now. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
So, yeah, here
okay.
we
You
go.
guys have been great for hanging out with me here. This has been a fun experiment. I've actually really loved doing this. And Jared and Michael, I want to thank you for helping Steve out and just kind of taking the lead on this in our Discord, which you can access all from the Patreon page. But thank you, boys, for making this possible tonight.
Well, thank you for letting
It's
us.
been a lot of fun.
There you go. Okay.
Files have been
Yep.
sent, sir.
Cool. Got it. I am. You take over, Steve, while I download this.
So here we go. Just to recap our region real quick, as Ken pulls up the graphic. In the Crystal Lake region, we will have the number 1 seed Jason against the number 2 seed Bruce from Jaws. In the Springwood region, we'll have the number 1 seed Freddy against the number 2 seed Dracula. And then we get into our upsets. In the Haddonfield region, we have the number 1 seed Michael from Halloween against the number 6 seed Jennifer's Body. And in the Woodsboro region, we have our biggest upsets, the number 4 seed, the Pazuzu from The Exorcist, and the Xenomorph from Alien as your 2 seed.
Love that there. Graphic is in, bringing it up like Steve just said. There it is. So let's get to it. We are almost to the finals here. We got Jason versus Bruce. Crystal Lake region right here. Jason versus the Shark. 1s and 2s in the chats. Steve, this is where it gets really tough.
This is where it gets really tough. These are all now everyone. There's no more excuses. We all know who all these things are, right? Everyone knows who Jason Voorhees is. Everyone knows who the Bruce from Jaws. Like, so it's now. I expect these are going to be a lot tougher. This is the easy stuff. It's the easy stuff from the we know stuff, but these decisions are hard, man. These are some tough. I'm gonna have to do some math.
It was some math indeed. It is very close, very close. The votes are coming in. Voting is open. 1 or a 2 in chat. 1 or a 2. 898 4M says 2. Bruce. Great ELL song reference there. Okay, Jared, quick thoughts here on Jason versus Bruce in this matchup. We've gotten the overall comments on them, but in this matchup, what do you think?
I do love how me and McCarcel keep going opposite. I went with Bruce. As I've gotten older, I've kind of fallen out of love with the Jason franchise. I still enjoy it, but Bruce, man, you know, it's that kept people out of the water for a summer.
It did indeed. Michael, your thoughts on this round? These two against each other.
I only even relented to having Bruce on the list because of iconography. Usually, I tend to not see animals in movies, even if they are set up as antagonists, as villains, because he's just a shark. He's just a shark.
Alan Smithy agrees with you. Says Jaws is just a
I
sweet,
love
innocent
this
animal still trying to get its snack. I don't disagree with that.
So much.
I don't disagree with that.
We initially had an entire bracket of just animals, and I made a strong argument to just have it axed completely. I don't see those as villains. It's usually the people around them that are the villains.
I agree. I saw an Instagram video today. I saw an Instagram video today of people aghast that a bear and her 2 cubs were stealing food from the back of a pickup truck in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I'm like, that mama's just trying to feed her bears.
Yeah, no one saw that. No one snitches on that bear. If you see someone stealing food from whether it's Walmart or that back of a bear out of the back of a pickup truck, you didn't see shit.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you did not see shit. All right, voting is open here. 1 or 2 in chat. 1 or 2 in chat. It is close. We're making Steve work really hard counting on the fly here.
I've got a count here. We have someone in the lead, so we'll close voting here in just a second. Any final thoughts on this matchup? We're going to say goodbye to one of these 2 icons here.
I think Jason's the most fun.
Jason's the most fun. We got a shark and fun.
Okay,
Jared, any final words there? The winner?
Never go for the winner. Nope, go for the winner.
The winner is Jason. Jason wins the Crystal Lake region as expected.
My man.
Big.
I'm curious. What do you have the numbers?
Okay.
Jesus Christ! I'm
You don't have to worry about it.
my RAM just like I immediately eject that information as I go on to the next one, basically, because I just, you know what I mean, like. But it was a 3 vote margin, is 2 to 3 vote margin from my numbers. So
You're watching the Blathering live. You're watching the Blathering live. We're very close to determining who is the best horror villain of all time. Doing it one big show tonight. Freddy, Dracula, Springwood region finals here. Let's start voting here. 1s or 2s? 1s or 2s? We'll wait till some of the comments go away so Steve doesn't count the 1s and 2s from the Jason and the Bruce
no, it's
voting.
Like, yeah, no, I got it. We got to start here. We're good.
Freddy or
Jared was a good
Dracula? We have an old-timer Michael McCarcel versus a classic that some old-timers in the 80s would have called a new classic. Where do you go with this one?
Again, I go back to iconography with Dracula. I love Freddy. He is a lot of fun, but I think Dracula is more of a villain. Like,
okay,
especially Freddy gets a little too slapstick in some of the movies for me to almost even see him as a villain in those movies.
Again, Dracula, dead and loving it. All right. Jared, your thoughts, your response to that. Tully Quinn says, Freddy's my dude. Tully does like to haunt people in their dreams. Where do you go?
I'm agreeing with Tully. Freddy's my man. Just, I see Dracula like McCarcel sees Bruce. He's just an animal. He needs his snack. There's no malicious about it most of the time. He's looking for a new place in London, trying to get a fresh start.
He's just looking for a roommate.
Freddie was a victim of street justice and has decided to make it everybody's problem.
I don't know about all that. I think he might have pulled that aggro.
I love that. Okay. Street justice got it. All right. Voting's about to close here. Final votes here. Freddy versus Dracula. Freddy versus Dracula. Steve, you call it when you're ready.
After a quick tally of the vote, after a very thorough tally of the votes, let me say, Dracula will advance to the semifinals. Dracula will win the region.
There we go. A classic. And yeah, I got the football game on in one corner here. Roger is right. The ref waiting for instructions from Roger Goodell, but it's going the Dolphins' way a little bit, even though they're down 14-6. All right, Pazuzu versus Xenomorph. We got a demon versus an alien. This sounds like what Jared has on his dating apps. His choices are demon or alien. Where do you go, Jared, with this one?
Oh, God. So this is going to be one of the tough ones for me. But I think I will probably lean towards the Pazuzu and the Exorcist. That one.
Why?
That one's just going from the first, because I saw both of these very young, so a good age for the scares to hit me. And the Exorcist was the one that made me sleep in my parents' bedroom at age 6.
Wow. Okay. And you only recently left. So that is the personal trauma is real there, Michael. Where do you go? Alien, Xenomorph, or Pazuzu?
Basically.
Xenomorph, I'm enough of a sci-fi nerd that it kind of pushes me over the edge on that one.
Do you
agree with the sentiment that it hasn't aged? If you're watching it now as like a 30-something-year-old, I can't fathom it being that scary. If you've seen other horror, I still see the Xenomorph as being pulled off in such a way as, even if you're not scared of that movie, you can't deny just how well the Xenomorph is done. Some of the effects in The Exorcist, unfortunately, whether rightful or not, are dated. Like they just are.
You leave my pea soup out of this.
Oh, got it.
It's just true,
Okay.
man. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Love
All
the
right.
movie, but again, I'm trying to have an objective lens on this.
But Brian Tiller, lead singer of the band The Moonagers, new song on the way, says sci-fi feels fake, exorcisms feel real. It's because they are, Brian. All right.
Not to the non-believers.
Steve, you call it. You call it, Steve. Where are we going with this one here?
I'm doing a quick count here again to make sure I've got the right number, but it looks like the Xenomorph will be moving on in this round.
I got to tell you, I'm a little surprised. That might speak to what you both are saying and what have been people been saying all night, that The Exorcist, little old. It's not the new classic anymore. It's not the new kid on the block. The right stuff. Okay, Haddonfield. So, all right, so Dracula versus Xenomorph will be the next matchup there, right? That's kind of how I'm doing it, Steve.
Yep. You got it.
Two matchup.
All right, Haddonfield region. Am I saying that right, Jared?
Yes, Haddonfield.
Michael from Halloween, and Jennifer's Body, the upstart, the little Gonzaga of our tournament here now. Where do you go, Jared?
I mean, as I stated, I find Michael and Halloween a little drop for my taste, so I'm going Jennifer from Jennifer's Body. A lot
Jennifer
of fun in that movie.
Okay. Michael, rebuttal or additional thoughts?
For me, it's about volume. I think if there were more movies with Jennifer, or at least within that world, I might lean towards it. But I think Michael has more good movies than she does, because I mean, there's I would say at least half of the Halloween movies are genuinely good, with several.
I love that Will McClay just goes, "Yeah, I'm not that thirsty." he voted for Michael. All right, good points, Michael. Steve, any thoughts on this one here? Then I'll let you count it all out.
Again, again, Megan Fox was a formative part of my adolescence.
So you're voting like I would vote for Meg Ryan's overbite in Inner Space. Her underbite, her little
hell
lip
yeah,
bite.
dude. Well, it also, but here's the thing. I just want to say, while we're thirsting over Megan Fox and Jennifer's Body, shout out to Jamie Lee Curtis. Okay, she, there are some strong performances there in the Halloween franchise. She is one of the OG. Is she even a scream queen? Because she kind of kicks ass. Like I don't really know if even we would call her. She is okay.
She's
okay. Well, I didn't know if she was. I figured she was like the OG, but I didn't know if that was like insulting to call her that because she's such a badass kind of thing. I promise I was trying to approach that carefully.
Nah, it's a badge of honor. It's a title.
Excellent. Okay, so.
I think it's,
but yeah, just wanted to make sure we did that before we did our thirsting. You know what I mean? Like we can still, Jamie Lee in those movies is that's an icon performance.
I will say the thirst for Jennifer, based on the actual movie, is so dreadfully ironic.
All you dirty fuckers
is the problem.
All you dirty fuckers are dying.
Oh, they are.
Will McClane's the only one that's gonna live. All right. And Roger agrees with me. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Meg Ryan in Inner Space. Look it up, folks. That overbite was epic. It made me answer questions I was developing in my own little brain. Okay.
Love it.
Okay. You let me know when the voting closes, Steve.
We've got it. In a very, very close race. While the thirst was strong, it was not strong enough. Michael from Halloween will move on.
Whoa. Wow.
Into the final four.
Okay. Wow. All right. Jared, thoughts, a little post-game wrap-up on that round there.
Not overly surprising, but I do appreciate Jennifer's Body going deep into the tournament and, getting some more eyes on it. Because like I said, the movie is nothing like it's how it's marketed. Even the poster itself, it's just so I'd love it when people discover it and see it for what it is.
But that's part of the film's both the story of it and even the lore of the film and what I mean, like that. I hear that just as much as I hear talk about the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael, your thoughts here as we get ready for the semifinals.
All the respect for Jennifer's Body, because again, the movie itself, as been stated, it is actually a much deeper movie than it had any right to be or was advertised to be. And so if you haven't
Right.
seen it, I do recommend seeing it because it's worth it. But I think if we're going for villains, I think Michael takes it.
Okay. You're good on that there. Okay. Steve, I've got the graphic here. You get us set up for the next round here. We're getting to the semifinals, kids.
This is it, folks. This is the final four is set. Jason v. Michael, Dracula v. Xenomorph. This is what we came for, folks. This is why you're here. This is the final four of the Blathering horror villain bracket. Thank you, everyone who's been voting along live with us and hanging out. This has been a ton of fun. I hope I didn't spell anything wrong here. It looks all good so far. Formatting is whatever. We're doing this shit on the fly. It's the final four, folks. My V's are different sizes. We're all over the place. I'm not a graphic designer.
We still love you, Steve.
All right, we've got. I mean, these are legends. These are legends. Jason, Michael, Dracula, and Xenomorph. I'm kidding. Xenomorph. All right, let's do this. Jason versus Michael, which is that was a movie, right, Jared? That was an actual movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Who won in the movie?
That was Freddy versus Jason.
Oh, Freddy versus Jason. Oh,
Freddy
okay.
versus Jason.
Wow.
All right, maybe
Freddy got
we
his
should
ass
pitch.
beat, so.
We should pitch this as a sequel. Okay, Tully's right. Freddy's
It
pissed.
actually was supposed to be one of the thought of sequels. It was either going to be Freddy Jason versus Michael or Freddy Jason versus Ash from Evil Dead.
Oh, there we go. All right, before voting commences here, we are aware that we have a 1 and a 1 and a 2 and a 2. Okay, so this is going to be slightly more difficult. Follow along here, kids. I'm talking to you, Kingsport Kyle. J or M in chat. J or M in chat. Say hi to Cade Hoosby, who's here. Their film Quarter Life Crisis coming out soon. A clip out of my character is on the internet now. J versus M. J versus, and let's do capital letters, Jared. Jesus, what are we in elementary school? Hit the top line on your paper.
I figured that would have been a more accurate.
I haven't heard hit the top line on your paper since I was like 5th grade.
Jason versus Michael. It is looking really good for the M's, but any Michael or Jared, make a case for the Jason if anyone wants to.
I mean, I'll just say it again. You put that hockey mask and machete in front of somebody, they know where it's coming from. His pantheon of movies, I think, holds up better than the pantheon of Michael movies. His lore doesn't get as condescending or as ridiculous as Michael's. It's just a boy out to revenge mom.
Okay. And I've stood outside the pantheon, so
your parents should love Jason. You know, he doesn't like drugs, he doesn't like sex, he doesn't like any of these bad things.
I didn't know Jason was a teetotaling virgin. That's great. All right. Oh
yeah, he died a virgin.
He did. Okay. I am starting to reverse back to that. I'm gonna get there again. Michael,
that's how that works.
It feels like it. I'll tell you what, it feels like it. I'm gonna need instructions next time. All right, Detective McCarcel, any thoughts on this round?
Can the Karma Sutra for Christmas?
I am not super surprised because I think there are enough things in the Halloween movies that might make Michael more compelling.
Mm-hmm.
But I do personally find the Friday the 13th movies more fun and more entertaining. If I'm gonna pick one to watch on Halloween, it's more often than not it's gonna be a Friday the 13th.
Okay,
and it's a lot of it has to do with Jason just being. I just find him more entertaining than Michael. I just do.
All right,
and
more entertaining.
The summer camp vibe. I love the summer camp vibe.
More entertaining than Michael. You can currently fight Michael in Fortnite. I've did that the other night. Plume and I defeated him. He's just roaming around the camp.
That's amazing.
Can you use karate on him? Like
no, you can use it. You can use a chainsaw. JMB says Jason was a Christian fundamentalist. That would make some sense there. All right, voting's closed. Steve, what do we got?
Michael from Halloween bests Jason Voorhees. Michael will be moving on to our finals.
Wow, that's a big one there. Steve, any thoughts on that vote there? You've been busy counting, but I want to get your thoughts on this round.
Yeah, no, again, thank you everyone who's voting. No, that was Michael didn't run away with it, but it was a healthy-ish margin. I think that just comes down to, like how many movies you've seen, what villain you're more familiar with. These like, is it bad for me to say these guys feel kind of similar in a way?
No,
like Jason and Michael are
I kind of think
yeah.
they're in the same bucket.
yeah.
They're in the same bucket.
Yeah,
It's a
so
known thing in the horror community that Friday the 13th ripped off Halloween on purpose.
Yeah,
so
they're
Friday the
opposite
13th
ends of the
ripped off
same
how?
spectrum.
Okay.
So it's a known thing in the horror community.
Well, how the OG?
Did I hear that?
The OG
I didn't hear
won.
that right. Yeah. Okay, I didn't hear that right. Okay. Setting up for the finals here, we got a classic Dracula. That's right, Dracula's been around for a very long time. Vlad the Impaler in film form versus another number 2 seed, the Xenomorph from Alien, which I kind of consider the upstart. This is the choice that is surprising me that it's gone this far, only because I wouldn't consider Alien horror. I'm not saying that as a point of fact. I'm just saying, oh, okay, good. I'll take this. We got X versus D in chat. X versus D in chat. Also part of Jared's choices in dating. So, Jared, where do you go with this?
I win Xenomorph on this one. As classic and as iconographic as Dracula is, I just, damn, those Alien movies are so fucking fun. Even the so-called bad ones.
Now, are you voting for just any in general the Xenomorphs, or the specific ones like the one that jumps out of that guy's chest?
Well, that's how they start. It's they go from an egg to that flying vagina, which imprints you with the egg, and then it pops out of your chest. Then it grows up to be our big boys.
Okay, but so are they like the Predators where they have like names and stuff? Do we know these aliens on an individual basis?
Not
No,
really.
they don't have a culture or anything.
Yeah. The two that kind of have a name in the community is just the Queen, and you immediately think of Aliens, the second one in the movie. And then there was, in the Alien versus Predator movie, there was Grid, because he got like a burned part on his skull. So you could tell that alien apart.
She's a killer queen, dynamite with a laser beam. All right, we are going here. Michael, thoughts here on Dracula versus the Xenomorph as Steve counts up the X's or the D's. X's or the D's. Shout out to David Mackay, who has stayed up till well past 8 a.m. or whatever the hell it is over there in the UK to get this vote in. I really respect that. Michael, your thoughts quickly here on Dracula versus Xenomorph.
I'm not surprised as to the way the vote is leaning. There, as has been stated several times tonight, there's a certain iconography of Dracula that has persisted for over 100 years.
Okay.
I mean, he has stood the test of time. Like, if he runs away with this whole thing, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. JMB says, love the D, but prefer X. Hey, all right. All right, Steve, I think voting is coming to a close here. I'm scanning through. It is looking pretty close, actually.
Yeah, It's close, but I think I do have a winner confirmed for this Final Four matchup.
Yes, here we go.
And it looks like while we enjoy a tradition, the Xenomorph has overtaken Dracula.
Wow.
And the Xenomorph will move on to the final round over Dracula. I also thought that was like one of the Trumpiest things you said, Ken, at the beginning. You were like, Dracula, he's been around a long time. You know, it was just like the way you put that was very like, it's like a thank you, Captain Obvious. Yeah.
Long time.
Hold on.
Yeah. Michael,
maybe I'm not seeing the entire chat, but I'm only seeing 3 votes for the Xenomorph.
No.
And
oh no, there's a lot.
Do you have it on top chat or live chat?
that explains it.
Yeah, I've got double
What
digits
the hell,
for the Xenomorph,
YouTube?
So hey,
What the
whoa,
hell,
come on now.
YouTube?
This is
Nobody wants top chat YouTube.
we're upholding democracy here. Okay, McCurse.
That's why I was
we're doing what we
confused. I was
can.
like, hold on. I've
Tell you
only
what,
seen, like, 3 votes.
this is working better than most elections here, I think, right? And I think they're all legit. Okay.
We don't need that electoral college here.
We don't need the electoral college. Next time we might. All right, we're waiting for the finals graphic here. This
it's
has
coming.
been
It's coming.
David McKay says the ex-voters aren't making it to top chat. Roger Goodell behind the top chat as well in YouTube. Dolphins up down 14-6 as they come out of halftime. For those who are tracking the pain of being a Dolphin fan like me.
Oh, I misspelled xenomorph. Damn it! Hold on. This is
All
I can't.
right.
You gotta let me redo it. I'm sorry.
I mean-
You
All
can't.
right, we're gonna
kill
let you redo it there. I'm gonna take
All
this
right,
moment to thank all
here
of
we
you
go.
who've been watching here tonight live. For those listening later who did not partake in the votes, I hope we met your expectations. This has been 2 hours of fun, a lot of fun here today. We're gonna do this again. The Blather Bracket is part of what makes this show so fun to be a part of, but it's only good because you all make it happen here. Let us go ahead and Dave McKay says it doesn't matter. You misspelled it last time too there.
God
So,
damn it. Whatever. He's right. He's absolutely right. Damn it.
speaking
Mackay's
of the
been on me
football
today. Between my history mistakes and all this kind of stuff.
It's I tell you what, David's great for this.
Damn.
David, he's the only one who's like, hey man, you set your morning show for 10 a.m. and you're late. That's the only reason we had Monday morning coffee shows because David helped me remember. He's good like that. All right. While I get the graphic up, let's also take a moment to advertise. Our tonight's sponsor is the Bombad Cast. Scotty and Jerry have the Bombad Cast, and you guys should check it out. It's off and on at the same time as us. You should all make sure to check out the Bombad Cast.
Oh my
there
God.
we go. All right, there we go.
It's still the greatest
You tell
picture on
them.
the internet.
You tell him I sent you there. All right. Okay. Mr. McClunky says this is awesome. All right. The finals are set. The finals are set as the Miami Dolphins kick off to the Baltimore Ravens on the game. I'm kind of watching out of the corner of my eye because I hate my team. Michael from Halloween versus, look at that font that Steve found there, versus Xenomorph, spelled correctly. 1 and 2 seeds voting are open. Put a 1 and 2 in chat. You don't have to learn those numbers at all. Steve, your thoughts here. First of all, Steve, yeoman's work tonight. This only happens because of you. You spearheaded it. You stepped up. You had the great help, and Jared and Michael and so many others in the Discord took over. But you're making this flow here tonight because I've had one eye on the chicanery that is the pre-scripted NFL game tonight. Your thoughts
You're
on
still
this
winning
finals?
money. You're still winning 14-6. We're cashing checks,
Yeah, that's right,
so
that's
we're
right,
okay
yeah.
for now. But no, thank you. Look, dude, I didn't do anything. I put some shit into Canva. These guys did amazing in the Discord. The community is what to thank for today. This is why I love doing this and doing this stuff with you guys. It's so much fun. There was 15 people in a freaking Discord call, putting this bracket together. It was amazing. So yeah.
Yeah,
no,
and
just
shout out to y'all. I'm not calling all the names out. I know it,
Yeah.
but Michael and Jared really kind of last week.
the ringleaders. Yeah.
The ringleaders, indeed. All right, Steve, your thoughts on this matchup? Give me who you think should win here.
Oh, this is tough, man. This is such a good matchup. This is Duke and Kentucky going off in the finals of March Madness. You know what I mean? This is chalk, as they say. But to me, the Xenomorph is just so damn scary as a kid. The visceral reactions, the creativity behind coming up with this alien thing. I think if I'm chalking up all the pros and cons and what I like, don't like, I think I would give this to Xenomorph. But I mean, Michael from Halloween is just he's an OG. He's like a slasher OG. He is a genre setter. He is one of the Mount Rushmore types. This is tough though. This is really tough.
This is tough, Michael. What do you
we have a lot
think?
of votes to count.
We do have a lot of votes to count. This is the big one here. What do you think here? We got the upstart Xenomorph and the number 1 seed, Michael.
Say the upstart, but those movies came out around the same time, within about a year of each other.
Well, I mean, sure, but I do. Point made, point taken. I'm talking just kind of in general for the. doing the best horror villain. I don't know if that many people out there, the public, would have thought, oh, Xenomorph would even be on the list. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm saying I think they'd be surprised, but Michael will be a guarantee to be on the list. So that's where I'm coming at with that. But you take me through your thoughts on this.
Oh, I fully agree that Michael, in most contexts, is probably one of the horror movie villains that people think of. My fiance even has one of those like window sticker things that you can put on. You put it on the passenger side window, and it just looks like they're sitting in the back seat. Like she puts it on for Halloween. But like, I don't see anyone doing that with a Xenomorph. But
right,
again, as I've said, I'm more of a sci-fi guy overall, and I think the Xenomorph design is something that is so iconic in such a visceral way that it's just so hard for me to not vote for the Xenomorph.
All right, Jared, he used the word visceral. That might turn you on, but what do you think about it?
I mean, my vocabulary words will not be as grand, but
Mhm.
I got to agree. I got to go with H.R. Geiger's design of the Xenomorph versus the spray painted William Shatner mask.
That's true.
Hey,
That's true.
I respect it. They were working on the least amount of budget. They made that movie for the price of lunch and about $12.
Like
That's
lunch was
true.
a bag of chips.
Lunch and a bag of chips. Love it. You're sorry, Jerry. You're going with, what was your vote? You're going for Xenomorph?
Xenomorph, yeah. No, that design, the just sheer number of great movies in it, and I mean, I feel like you get away from Michael. I'm just going to accept my fate with the Xenomorph.
All right, we're looking at ones and twos in the chat here. Steve, how you feel about this? Poll's open for about another minute here.
Yeah, polls are tight, but we do have a clear leader so far. So we will see if any more votes come in. But this
Get away
is
for those rural areas.
Well, let me.
Yeah,
we're waiting for some votes coming in here. If you've been watching live, get in there, vote now. Jared, what would be a reason against your vote? You know what I mean? Like, you got your pick, but what would be one thing you'd have to concede against the other?
More iconography to Halloween. I feel that you could put that Michael mask in front of more people, and they would know who he is more than the Xenomorph. And mostly, and I give that a lot of credit to Jamie Lee Curtis in that one.
Sure.
You know, we all love Ellen Ripley. She's a queen as well, but I mean,
Indeed.
Jamie Lee.
Michael, same question to you. What's one thing you'd concede? Here are a few things you concede against your own vote.
I think it would come down to the actual movies themselves.
Okay.
I think all of the Halloween movies are explicitly horror movies. You can't say the same about all of the Alien movies. They're just not. They're sci-fi. They're a little on the scarier side. They're more adult-leaning oriented movies. But
good point.
Really, the only true horror movie I would say is the first one. There's splashes of horror throughout the rest, but I mean, as has been discussed plenty of times, like Aliens is just an action sci-fi movie. It just is. It just is.
Yeah, I agree with him.
There's bits of horror in like Prometheus and Aliens Cubed, or
Put together. No, I look. If you had said that earlier, you might have changed some votes. But I think good points made around everyone here. The Kingsport Cal, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you very much. All right, Steve, you tell me when you want polls to close.
Polls are closed. We have a winner. The votes have been tallied.
All right, everybody.
This is it.
All righty, we are.
That's what the 20 million we're all about.
It's not the end music. This is the announcement music here. In the finals, a field of 32 is how we started from 4 separate regions. We've gotten down to this point. Michael from Halloween versus Xenomorph from Alien. Steve, who is our winner?
The winner of the inaugural Blathering Live Horror Villain Blather bracket is the Xenomorph from Alien.
Wow!
My man.
Peace and love. Peace and love. I'm warning you with peace and love, but I have too much to do.
Wow, we have a Pope, as Brady says. Look at that big win there. The Xenomorph. The Xenomorph comes out of, I think, a far back field to get the big upset. Kingsport Cal says he wants a super chat back and demands a recount. Jared, your thoughts on the big winner here as we start to close out?
I mean, as just an overall from that bracket of 32, yeah, I would call it a surprise upset. This is like UConn or something in the 90s, if I'm remembering college basketball. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This was a great little upset and good run for the Xenomorphs. Congratulations on that.
A lot of fun. Michael McCarthy, your thoughts on the big win here from Xenomorph?
Certainly a surprise, but not a disappointment.
There you go. That's a good one. That's certainly like most of my romantic life. Tush push in the Baltimore game. Illegal. Get it out of the game. All right. Steve, final thoughts from you on both the tush push and this tournament.
You have to go, so I'm not gonna give you tush push thoughts. We have shit to do tonight. But I'm so happy for everyone who contributed to, whether you voted in the chat, whether you were in the Discord, watching later on. Thank you so much. This was so much fun. It was a great time for Halloween. This is what makes this community awesome. So we'll keep doing it for sure.
Oh, amazing indeed. No, I thank you all. This has been a lot of fun. We're going to do more of these. We were talking about doing more of these. Again, field of 32. Maybe we squeeze it down a little bit so we're not rushing through everything. But we learned on the fly here tonight, and that's what's important. A lot of fun with all of you here. So as the Baltimore Ravens score another touchdown, we'll sign out of here. Thank you all. If you watch later, please comment down below. If you're listening on the podcast feed, thank you very much. Though if you're listening to the podcast feed, it's an absolute shame that you missed this moment. So we'll dedicate this entire episode to our buddy Scotty at the Bombat Cast. We'll see you all next time. Bye.